Sports is being sponsored by Kirby Hardware, Orange County Concrete, Orange County REMC, Orange County Fiber, and Bender Lumber.
The Paoli Rams enter the final week of the regular season on a 6-game winning streak. A win tonight would make it 7 in a row and tie their longest winning streak of this season, where the Rams have already picked up 18 wins. Standing in their way, the North Harrison Cougars, who come to town. Even though overall a sub-500 record in the new year of 2025, though, they are 5-5. Good evening, everybody, from DE Suite Chambers Gymnasium on the James A. Babcock Court. It's time now for Rams basketball on Mix 95.3, streaming live on WUME953.com. Ask Alexa to play WUME 953. Dave Dedrick, along with David Deaton, will have the call for you tonight from Chambers Gymnasium. It is, David, the final week of the regular season. As we mentioned, both teams have a lot of work to do. The Rams 3 games this week, and the Cougars 2 on their schedule.
Yeah, definitely for the Rams, especially a sectional-type schedule the week before the real event happens here at Chambers Gymnasium. So a chance to pick up some momentum, plus the conference title still on the line for the Rams. Obviously, tomorrow night, Mitchell coming to town, and then Crawford County for senior night on Friday, and then they'll turn around and play the Wolfpack again next week as well. So last non-conference game, North Harrison coming in tonight, and a big night with cheer clinic here. Good crowd for this one, and usually a pretty good matchup when these two teams get together.
That they do. And for North Harrison, as we mentioned, the 2 games tonight with Paoli, and then wrap it up Friday against Christian Academy. But if you're a North Harrison basketball player or fan and you say, hey, we need a signature win or 2, man, you can pick up a couple here if you can pull off some upsets this week.
Right, 2 teams in the top 15 in their respective classes, starting with Paoli tonight here on the road. And this North Harrison team has been far more competitive this year against some of the better teams on their schedule. Charlestown, a team near the top of the Mid-Southern Conference, was an 8-point loss for the Cougars. They were right there till the final 2 minutes. So they've proven that they can stay with the better teams on their schedule, especially here in the second half of the season. This will be a good barometer to see where the Cougars are tonight, and then Friday night at Christian Academy to get set up for a huge matchup with Charlestown in the first round. So we'll see how much the Cougars have learned from those experiences.
And hopefully both teams, I hope the fans aren't either looking ahead to next week, because tonight is the biggest game on the schedule, because that's the one you're playing tonight. The matchup between the Rams at 18-2 and the North Harrison Cougars at 6-13. David had a chance to talk with head coach Ross Scholes of North Harrison, and I had my usual chat with Dusty Cole. We'll get their thoughts on tonight's matchup when we return, as we continue with the Team OC pregame show. Team OC expanding youth children's events one child at a time. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Cave Quarries Incorporated and Calcar Quarries, dealers of agricultural lime, crushed stone, sand, hot and mix asphalt materials, and asphalt paving, invite you to visit one of their 2 locations. Cave Quarries, located 3 miles west of Paoli on State Road 56, and Calcar Quarries, located 2 miles east of Paoli on Highway 150. Phone 936-4923 for Cave Quarries Incorporated and 723-2109 for Calcar Quarries. Services you can count on. Quality guaranteed.
Your high-end electronics and gadgets are only as good as your internet service provider. Stop the frustration of slow and unreliable internet service with a call to Orange County Fiber. Call Orange County Fiber and check out their brand new fiber packages that include lightning-fast upload and download speeds for households that stream, game, and surf the internet. Call Orange County Fiber and see the difference fiber can make in your daily life or your business operation. Phone OC Fiber at 812-865-2229. Orange County Fiber, bringing high-speed internet to your community.
We continue along with our Team OC pregame show here on Mix 95.3 as the North Harrison Cougars visit the Paoli Rams tonight at a Tuesday night matchup as the regular season begins to wind down. And joining us now is North Harrison head coach Ross Schultz. The Cougars come in tonight off of a tough loss on Saturday to Austin. We'll get to that and more here in just a few moments. But Ross, for the Paoli listeners tonight, of course, they may have kind of seen a few things about your team this year and what Cougar basketball has done. So what would you say has been the biggest improvement that your team has made throughout the course of the year at North Harrison?
I'd say consistency and maturity is the biggest jump we've had from last year. We've always had kind of that gritty, we're not the most talented, we're certainly not the biggest team. We're going to play hard and get after you. And for the most part, we've done that, but we've added more, we're a year older. It's pretty much the same bunch of guys that played a lot of roles. There's just more of a mature aspect to us.
And I know you guys early on in the season played a brutally tough schedule. You had the likes of Brownstown and Silver Creek on the schedule, not to mention South Central and Heritage Hills early on. So it certainly got you guys tested, and even when the wins weren't coming, the improvement was still there.
Yeah, for sure. We called it the gauntlet for sure, that first start of the season. And, yeah, we hung tough. Even with Silver Creek, we had a really good stretch there in the second half that kind of propelled us to be able to, tell ourselves we can do this. So then we got mid-season, kind of around the holidays, had a rough stretch, but we really turned around in 2025, and they bought in, and we've had a good stretch here.
Yeah, and you guys played out the tournament there at Gibson County, which certainly tested you in more ways than one, but then you came back in January with the winter weather and everything, and were still able to work on some things and get some things fine-tuned, and then you got the win over Eastern in January. And Ross, looking back at that, it seemed like that win was really a big springboard for you guys.
I think it was. It was a good one on the road, tough as it always is up there, and just to be able to pull it out at the end, it was kind of a back-and-forth game, and that's a huge confidence boost to pull one of those off and just look at each other and know we can do this.
Well, I know you guys have a huge junior class, as the Paoli fans will be hearing about tonight here on their home floor, but you do have one senior on this team in David Langdon. He's certainly been a leader for you guys all season, but then these juniors have really stepped up, and they've also added their own kind of leadership to this team as well.
Yeah, definitely. All those guys pretty much played a big role last year, so they're in their second year of varsity action. So added to it, a sophomore in Talon Lewis has really come on in the second half of the season. So it's a good mix of experience and youth that we like to see out there.
Well, and I know one thing about you guys is you're very balanced. Logan Hune is your leading scorer, but you don't have that one guy who just soars above everybody statistically. It's kind of been a by-committee thing, but the guys have bought into that this year.
Yeah, for sure. In most of our wins, you'll see 12, 8, 6, 10. It's kind of a nice balanced scoring. That's why we like it. Of course, Logan can get hot. We'd love to see him do that. He had a 31.9 at one point, but other than that, it's more spread it around, and that way they can't key on one of them.
And for Paoli fans who may be seeing you all for the first time tonight, what is it you guys like to do on the offensive end of the floor?
We like to push it at times. Some teams do it better than us, so then we have to slow it down and work our half-court offense, which, we've been pretty good with when we're patient, and we're not turning the ball over like we did, earlier in this season and definitely last year. So you'll see a lot of pace, and then we'll slow it down, too.
I know you guys on the other end, mainly a man-to-man defense, but you can throw some different looks at other teams as well.
Yeah, we're mainly man-to-man, but we've thrown some zones in there, and they've done a really good job here lately. Just a possession here or there, just to mix it up. And as long as they buy in and get after it, it'll be okay.
And I know you guys got your draw just as everybody else did on Sunday, and Sectional 30 in Class 3A is certainly one of the more competitive sectionals anywhere in the state, with Brownstown, Silver Creek, Charlestown, and Corydon having the winning records, you and Madison in there as well. You guys got Charlestown in the first round. You gave them a hard way to go first time, so what were your thoughts on the draw you got on Sunday?
Well, we knew it was going to be tough, any way that they went with it, but, Charlestown, like you said, we competed well against them, so we know we can do it. So it's not a terrible draw. Of course, if you win that, then it's on to Brownstown, and it doesn't get much tougher than that.
Definitely. So tonight here on the road at Paoli against the Rams, a team that has been playing very well all season. Fletcher Cole really stands out amongst many of the guards you guys faced this year across southern Indiana, but Chad Sullivan's been a really good inside presence. So as you look at this Paoli team, what stands out to you about this bunch?
They're scary good. I mean, at every position, Cole's probably one of the best guards, and we've seen a lot of good ones, but I'd put him at the top. And they're just so physical and great at what they do. We watched some film. I watched a lot, but I purposely didn't let the players watch so much. I didn't want them to get scared to see what was coming at them, but they'll be ready.
Well, and also, too, you mentioned the physical play of this Paoli team. That's something that Coach Cole and his coaching staff do very well as far as teaching their guys how to play. And it's not just on the defensive end, it's on the offensive end, too.
Yeah, they're very efficient with what they do, and, in the half court. And, they'll take advantage and run. They did it on us. See, last year we went to one of our zones and played well. I think it was a 6-5 game in the first quarter. We were thrilled to death. And then they kind of got to their pace more going, and it got rough on us. So they can do it both ways for sure.
And like you guys also, as you mentioned, they would like to get out and run a little bit, but they're content with playing in the half court. And so it's pretty similar as far as the style that you guys like to play as far as the pace goes.
Yeah, I think you're right. Pretty similar overall. We're just got to bring our intensity up, physicality up as much as we can to match them.
Like you guys do, they've had some young guys who have stepped up this year. Cole and Sullivan certainly stand out, but they've got other guys who can make plays too.
Yeah, that's not a one or two man show, so we got to be prepared for everything with them.
And as far as the Cougars go coming in tonight, everybody available, ready to go for you all?
Yep, we're ready to go.
All right, sounds good. Ross, as always, thank you so much for taking the time. You and the Cougars have a good game here on the road at Chambers Gymnasium tonight.
All right, thanks for coming out.
All right, Ross Schultz joining us here on our Team OC pregame show here on Mix 95.3. Coming up next is head coach Dusty Cole with Dave Dedrick as you're listening to Rams and Cougars basketball here on Mix 95.3.
Get ready for a taste explosion at the Superburger in Paoli, home of the Triple Nuke, the burger that takes flavor to a whole new level. But that's not all. They now proudly claim the title of second best burger in Indiana. Sizzle into satisfaction with their mouth-watering patties made with locally raised 90% lean grass-fed beef with fresh ingredients that'll leave your taste buds begging for more. The Superburger, where every bite is a journey of culinary delight. Swing by today and discover why they are the talk of the town. The Superburger, West Main Street in Paoli, where the Triple Nuke reigns supreme and the taste is legendary.
Looking to make a difference? Team OC's Youth Mentoring Program is here to help kids in Orange County reach their full potential. Our mission to expand child's possibilities through a community-wide mentoring program for kids 7 to 17. We provide support, guidance, and a caring adult to lean on. You can be a part of their journey. Become a mentor or make a donation. Join us at 262 West Court Street, Paoli, or visit teamocmentoring.org. Questions? Call Executive Director Priscilla Woodrum at 812-653-0288. Team OC, expanding possibilities one child at a time.
As we roll on with the Team OC pregame show, head coach Dusty Cole of Paoli joins us now. Rams at home, the first of three this week in a big week of high school basketball for Paoli. And tonight's opponent, the North Harrison Cougars. We'll get into that matchup in just a few minutes. But, Coach, already been a busy week. We talked about it last night on Coach's Corner with Sunday being the sectional draw.
Yeah, it's already been a busy week. We still have a lot to go, just a lot of games to play. Just a few practices left, but like I said, with the three games, it's a busy week, and you don't have a lot of time to talk about each opponent, but that's okay. The kids enjoy that. They're kind of used to it now, and we've had a lot of changes this year too, with the weather and things, so that's kind of adjusted how we've had to play some games and how much time you get to talk for certain people anyway, so they're kind of used to that, I think.
Coach, coming into this three-game week, coming off two big road wins on Friday and Saturday night against Perry and Eastern Green.
Yeah, we saw some different defenses. Saw some diamond one, some box one. We saw some double teams. Teams kind of packed it in a little bit on us, and obviously we was missing a kid with Kirkland not being out there, and at times we kind of struggled, but seemed to figure things out as the games went on a little bit, and just continue to play defense. I thought we did a nice job playing defense and really nice job on the glass. That's been big for us, and you have to do those things, especially on the road. You got to do those things in the tournament, but it'll be nice to be back here at home too.
All right, Coach, one of these weeks where you got more games in practice, so what did you get done last night?
Well, we still want to get after it a little bit. We just hate to back all the way off, but at the same time, it's just kind of limited. You're playing three games. You don't want to get out there and go, full speed for 2 hours, but we want to keep the intensity up. So we did certain drills. We did a lot of defensive drills. We did a lot of drills where we kind of broke down the 2-on-2, 3-on-3 stuff, so we didn't have as much 5-on-5. But still kind of broke it down good and worked on the rotations just a little bit, but just did that in some small stretches, and then we just kind of worked on the timing of our plays. We just kind of went over all the late game situations, kind of because we only have the two practices left, and then you have the tournament coming up too. So those are things you want to do now, and then we got a lot of shots up. That's been important for us too. We want to shoot the ball a lot this time of year, and hopefully come out here and can hit a few of those early.
First of three starts tonight, Coach, with North Harrison. What's your scouting report on this Cougar Ball Club?
Well, they've got a nice team. They play a good schedule. Anytime you're in the Mid-Southern, you have to play those schools. You're going to be battle tested for one. But they're a team that has a lot of different guys that can score. They're pretty balanced. You don't see that one kid that's going to jump out at you with 20 points. There is a couple kids that, they can go for 15 or 20. But for the most part, you're going to see a lot of balance. You're going to see a lot of guys averaging 8, something like that, 7, 8 points. But they're going to do that with probably 6 different guys. So sometimes that's hard to play against sometimes. And they only have one senior, So, that makes it kind of tough on them a little bit. Not a whole lot of size, but they do have a couple kids in there about 6'2" or 3", and then, they kind of bang around. We don't have a whole lot of size either. We go about 6'3" as well. So we'll have to do a good job on the glass. I think that'll be important for us, probably an area that, we feel like we should win that battle, but we have to make sure we do that.
Defensively, what do you expect out of them?
I think we'll see probably the man-to-man mostly. They might mix some things up here and there, but for the most part, some man. They have pressed a little bit, a little bit of 1-2-2. So, we could see that as well. But, I think they'll face Guard Fletcher. We've seen them do that against some other players in their conference, some of the better scores. So we might see that, but, he's used to that at this point. He's seen that, for half a season now at least, and actually about 3 or 4 seasons sometimes. So we'll have to have some other guys step up, but I think we'll have some one-on-ones inside, and, we'll throw it in there and, just kind of let those guys go to work early.
Break it down, Coach, offensively, defensively. What do the Rams got to do tonight to win?
Well, I think we want to speed it up. I think that's one of the things. We think if we can get to 60, we stand a pretty good chance tonight. I think with our defense and how we've been playing, we can keep them under that. We have to guard the three-point line. I think that's important for us, too. We don't want them, hitting 10 threes on us. They can shoot a little bit. They have multiple guys that can step out. There's only probably 1 or 2 kids that we've seen hit more than 3 or 4 in a game. But, again, you start adding them up between 4 or 5 guys that can step out and shoot. And we've got to keep that number down. And then I think the other thing we got to make sure of, we got to keep them off the free throw line. We got to play defense. We got to move our feet and not reach too much. We want to call some turnovers. I think we can get a few, score some points off our defense like we always do. But we have to do that without putting them on the free throw line. We can't give them those easy points.
Line up for your Rams tonight.
We'll start with Fletcher and Dakota in the backcourt, Traylon and Dane, and then Chad in the middle.
And then off your bench?
We will go with Cooper very early. Kirkland, he practiced yesterday, but we'll just kind of see how it goes for him. We'll probably watch him in the warm-ups a little bit, see how he's feeling. He did okay yesterday, but, we don't want to push it too much either. So we'll see where he's at, but I think you'll see Ian come in. Kate got a few minutes last time, and Jackson will be ready to go too.
Everybody else healthy besides 100% for Kirkland?
Yep, I think so. Everybody else should be ready to go.
Coach Cole, as always, thank you for the time and the talk. You and your ball club have a good game tonight.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Head coach Jesse Colapaoli, stay tuned. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Orange County REMC offers security systems for your home. Home security systems are available to members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you will have a peace of mind whether you are at home, work, or vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Install a security system for as low as $299 with monitoring, starting at $29.95 per month with bundle. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
Inflation and other economic factors can keep you from getting the best results from your investments. Raymond James financial advisor Jamie Sullivan may be able to help you find ways to stay ahead of inflation, save money on your taxes, and prepare for retirement. Call Jamie Sullivan at 812-849-2670, located in Mitchell, for an appointment. Raymond James & Associates, Incorporated, member of the New York Stock Exchange, SIPC, Life Well Planned.
As we wrap up the Team OC pregame show, Team OC expanding possibilities one child at a time. Take a look at tonight's starting lineup, brought to you by the Superburger Restaurant, located on West Main Street in Paoli, home of the best-dressed burgers in town. And with our starters tonight, he's David Deaton.
Starting with the visiting North Harrison Cougars, entering tonight at 6-13 on the season. They will go with 2 forwards and 3 guards tonight. In the front court will be David Langdon, the 6'2 senior, averaging just over 8 points a game. 5'11 junior Bryce Fussell will be the other forward for the Cougars. He's averaging just a notch over 4 points a game this season. In the backcourt will be the 6' junior Dawson Sen, averaging 7.6 points per game. Caden Hain, the 5'10 junior, will be the primary point guard, averaging just over 7 points a game. And the leading scorer for the Cougars, the 5'10 junior Logan Hune, 11 points per game for the junior for the Cougars. For the Paoli Rams, 18-2 overall on the season. They'll go with the starting lineup tonight of Traylon Menton, the 6'2 junior, averaging just over 3 points a game. 6'3 junior Dane Padgett will be the second forward. Padgett is averaging 5.4 points per game. The center, Chad Sullivan, 6'3 and a junior, averaging 11.4 points per game. In the backcourt, the 6'2 sophomore, Dakota Apple, averaging 5 points a game. And Fletcher Cole, the 6' senior, 22.8, his average on the season for head coach Dusty Cole and the Rams.
As David mentioned, the Rams look for win number 18 of the season, and they come in averaging just over 62 a game, give up 43.4. Cougars scored at almost 47 and give up 61. As our lineups have been brought to you by the Super Burger Restaurant, home of the best dressed burgers in town on West Main Street in Paoli. Langdon and Sullivan in the center court, tipped in the back court, tracked down near the Rams bench by Fletcher Cole. And the Rams will get the first shot at the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard here on this Tuesday night at Chambers Gymnasium. North Harrison looks like they're going to back down into their man-to-man defense. Rams go to the one-point guard offense out front. Dakota Apple works on the right wing, used up the dribble in the corner right side. Mitten has a pass to Paget, but the ball tipped away, knocked into the backcourt as Fletcher Cole able to track it down as the Rams tried to work it down to Sullivan. Here's Cole getting into the lane. Ball tipped away, knocked away, stolen. Out to Hain on the run out. Going to drive, laid up and good. And the Cougars jump out on top 2-0 as a result of their defense leading to offense. Paoli brings it up the right sideline. Dakota Apple looking on that right wing. Instead goes to the high post to Paget. Back to Apple, top of the key to Paget at the right elbow. Into the corner, Mitten backs out beyond the arc. Used up the dribble. Spots Apple on the baseline. Baseline, nowhere to go. Looking, ball knocked away. Apple comes out of there with it. Into the low post, it goes to Chad Sullivan. Dribbles into a double team, and there's a nice play from behind by Fessel to come away, but then Apple re-steals it, puts up a shot, no good, and Hain finally able to clear off that rebound for the North Harrison Cougars. Quickly into the offensive end, Sen will slow it down as he gets it out front to Hain. Caden, 5'10", and a junior. Working on the left side, Yoon leading score just over 11 per ball game to Sen. Almost a 4-out, 1-under type offense as they work it around the perimeter on the right side. A lot of movement down low. Langdon turns in on Paget. Little scoop shot, no good, tipped around. Rebound Mitten. Here come the Rams trying to push it up court with the tempo. Mitten does not have the numbers to go, so he'll slow it up. Paget, dump it down low in the post. Nice job, though, by Fessel to back Sullivan out of there. Another turnover for the Rams. Quickly the other way. Langdon drives right side. His shot short, no good. Ball loose on the floor. Sen and Cole fight for it, and it is a jump ball.
So far, the Cougars doing what they've done really the whole second half of the season, using their defense to get them started tonight, forcing a couple early turnovers and forcing the Rams to look uncomfortable on that side.
Very aggressive in that half court, something the Rams haven't seen a lot. Out high, give it up to Langdon. They only last couple of games seen a lot of diamond in one, box in one. Tonight, though, it's just that straight up with some help in the man-to-man. Everybody up above the free throw line on the right side. Fessel hands it off to Langdon, crosses over into the lane. Bump, got a shot up off the glass and good, though. Nice move by Langdon in the lane, and the Cougars are up 4-0 at the 5:40 mark of quarter number one. Cole brings it into the offensive end for the Rams. Lob it over the top to Apple on the left side. Apple to the left elbow, stops, now keeps going to the right of the key. Pulls it back out, setting up the offense, trying to get Cole off the screen. Instead, lob it to Mitten into the corner right side. Trailing with the dribble. Rams bunch it up down low on the baseline. Here's Apple on the double team. Hook pass out high to Paget. To Mitten at the spike line to Cole, left of the key. He's going to launch three. It's up and good. Fletcher Cole right in front of the Cougar bench, and it's a 4-3 Cougar lead. The main shot, though, will allow the Rams to get into that 2-2-1 full-court pressure. Sen in the middle of the court, gets it across the timeline in a double team. Stops at the center circle, needs some help, gives it off to Hain. Hain picked up by Cole as the Rams also man-to-man. Hain working, crosses over to the right elbow. Oh, nice no-look pass down low. Instead, it was tipped away. Rams come up with it. Paget to Cole down the right sideline with the dribble. Fletcher, little hesitation move, stops, elbow jumper, left side, elevates and scores. He's got all five. The Rams had their first lead of the night at 5-4 with 4:40 to go. Full-court pressure. Sen in the backcourt. Give it up to Yoon. Yoon to Sen to Yoon. Rams nearly get a steal. Nope. Coming up, Yoon able to take it in. Coach Ross Schultz does not like the way that's developing because the 10-second count was on and his team had not broken the center court line. He'll take a timeout. 4:31 to go. First quarter of play. Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Rams on top by 1. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Hi, this is John Bender. Since 1931, Bender Lumber has been providing superior service along with quality, innovative building products at fair, competitive prices. In communities throughout southern Indiana, our locations are the primary supplier to residential builders, professional remodelers, as well as do-it-yourselfers who rely on our knowledgeable sales staff to do whatever it takes to proudly serve them and to get the job done. So here's to the first 90 years of local people serving local needs at Bender Lumber.
Out of the timeout, Cougars still maintain possession of the basketball. Cooper Spires checks in for the Rams, who stand there man-to-man. Left side, Fessel, picked up by Chad Sullivan out away from the basket. Fessel reverses, comes over to the right side, passes it into the corner to Yoon. Yoon looking down low, surveys the defense, pulls it out with the dribble between the circles. Knocked away by Apple, but Yoon recovers. Now he drives down in the lane, stops below the free throw line, kick it out to Sin. A nice little step through the double team, lost it on the way up, and the Rams come up with a turnover. Here's Cole driving, pull-up jumper, left baseline, no good. Rebound, though, Sullivan back up and in. First two of the night for Chad as the Rams get one on the offensive boards to lead at 7-4. They've scored 7 straight. As down the right sideline, Hain right in front of the Cougar bench. Ball tried to be poked away from behind. Instead, a foul going to be called on Paoli.
Paoli applying pressure, but so far the Cougars are handling it well. They've seen a lot of teams that press this year, so nothing new for this North Harrison team.
North Harrison, a nice job of spreading it around, not getting people in uncomfortable situations. Fessel to the right of the key to Hain. Swing it over to Sen. Sen, by his defender, blows by him, goes all the way to the basket, lays it up with the left hand off the glass, and good his first two. And the Cougars are back to within one at 7-6 with 3:20 to go in the first quarter of play. Rams get it in the offensive end against the Cougar man-to-man defense. Bounce pass to Cole, fakes three, and Traylon Mitten tried to set a screen, and then he went flying. Foul going to be called on North Harrison.
Dawson Sen will pick this one up. He is one of these juniors on the North Harrison team. That'll be the first on Dawson, team's first of the night. The other foul on Paoli, by the way, was Cooper Spires. That was his first as well.
Spires, they triggered in along the baseline, lob it into Apple. Thought about the shot, but didn't take it. Instead, fires it out front. And Fletcher Cole resets the offense to Apple on the right wing. Trying to set it up, goes cross-court to Spires behind the arc. Cooper with the dribble. Hook pass into the corner to Mitten to the high post to Sullivan. Sullivan spin move down the lane, put it up, blocked, but there's Mitten to pick it up and put it up and in. First two of the night for Traylon. The lead back up to 3 with 2:49 to go, 9-6. Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Full court pressure. Langdon, pitch and catch with Hain to Langdon down across the right side into the offensive end. Ball knocked away and stolen. Spires over to Mitten, ahead to Apple. He drives left side, scoop shot up, good, counted, and a foul. And the Rams will have a 3-point play opportunity off their defense.
4 of the 5 starters have now scored for Paoli with that Dakota Apple basket, and the foul on the Cougars will be the first on Caden Hain. That'll be the team's second here of the first quarter, so an and-one opportunity for Apple here early on.
57% free throw shooter, spins in and out, no good. Langdon comes down with the rebound, quickly pushing up ahead. Here's Yoon ahead of the pack in a double team as the defense finally got there. Nice head and shoulders fake, and Logan Yoon gets his first two in transition, 11-8, as North Harrison did not waste any time pushing it up. Cooper Spires loads up 3, right side, no good. Weak side rebound. Mitten battling Sen down there along the baseline. It goes out of bounds, and Traylon touched it last for the Rams.
Well, Chad Sullivan now out of the lineup for Paoli as they go back to the bench. Padgett back in there. Talon Lewis replacing Dawson Sen in the lineup for the Cougars.
Lewis, 6 foot and a sophomore. Full court pressure. Langdon in the backcourt to Lewis across the timeline. Picked up that dribble in a double team. There's Mitten near steal. Into the corner, though. Long three going to be put up. No good by Yoon. Weak side rebound pulled down by Cole. He goes right side to Cooper Spires. Spires doesn't have numbers. Slows it up. Lob it into the corner right side to Apple. Down to Padgett in the lane. Ball knocked away. Good job by Hain to come in there to just get a hand on it where Padgett couldn't hold on to it, and it goes off his hands out of bounds. That'll be turnover number 3 on the Rams. And looks like Coach Schultz going to take another timeout. He will with 1:51 to go here in the first quarter play. Rams up 11-8. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Paoli Health and Living is a senior living community that's not like the others. It's rich in history, a community landmark, and a place to call home. Get the care you need and deserve with Paoli Health and Living rehabilitation programs. Be unstoppable and take the guesswork out of therapy with their unique and personalized programs. And for residents needing extra care, the long-term care program is equipped with an expert team of nurses and therapists, dietitians, and dedicated certified nursing assistants. Learn more about the services available to you at Paoli Health and Living. Call 812-723-2595.
Rams enjoy a 3-point lead here with 1:51 to go. Cougars, though, doing what they need to do, David, hanging in here.
Yeah, help side defense has been huge. When Paoli's tried to go to that lob down on the baseline, they've had that help defender there, and it's led to some turnovers for Paoli, keeping the Cougars in it.
Lewis gets the ball in the middle, drives below the free throw line. Schneck has checked in. Now he's in a double team, and as he turns into the lane, Ryland, 6'3" and a junior, gets called for a personal foul.
Good job taking the charge there. Help side defense this time for the Rams. Ryland turned. The defender was right there, and nothing he could do about it. That turnover will also be the first foul on Shank, and now the third on the Cougars.
Shank, one of the taller players on this Cougar roster, sees his first action. Cole works up across the timeline, guarded by Lewis very closely. Pop it down low. Here's Apple in the lane. Put it up. Shot would not go, and all of a sudden, Shank, in about a 30-second span, picked up 2 quick fouls.
He's had a tendency to do that here and there this season. Ryland is usually a very good defender when it comes to staying on his feet, but he got himself in the air, got him in trouble. Apple did a good job on the fake as the second foul on Shank, team's fourth. Apple's first free throw rolling off the front back rim, falling in to give the Rams a 4-point lead.
Substitution as Sen will come back into the lineup. Shank will see limited action, it looks like now, with those fouls in this first half. Second one by Dakota. Same again, front rim, back rim, and through. Back to a 5-point lead. In the backcourt, Hayne pushes it up the left side to Sen. Sen driving in, cut off by Padgett. Sen picked up the dribble on that sideline. Ball deflected, it's loose. Hayne got a hand on it. Padgett got a hand on it. It's a mad scramble down low, a fumble drill, and the kick ball will be called on North Harrison.
Well, don't see that happen very often, especially when there's a tie-up opportunity there. Both guys going after it hard, but the Cougars getting a foot on it, so the Rams have a chance to extend on this lead.
Fletcher Cole will bring it up with the dribble. Cougars stay in their half-court man-to-man defense. Mitten has it on the right wing. Between the circles, the Spires left to the key to Apple. Apple for Paoli right along the spike line. Lob it down low in the lane. Ball tipped away, stolen by Hayne. Here the Cougars look up. Sen doesn't have numbers. Hesitation. Now the lane opens up, and he drives straight in. Shot would not go. Ball knocked away as Shank came in there. Couldn't get a hand on it. Cole comes out of there with it. Fletcher going coast to coast. Drops it off the Mitten. Back out to Padgett. The Spires fakes three. Goes on the baseline. Dump it down low. Wide open Mitten. Pump fake. And he got fouled as Sen came flying through the lane, and that'll put Traylon Mitten at the free throw line.
Well, the Rams now find themselves in the double bonus for the last 38.7 seconds of the quarter. That's the second Cougar with 2 fouls. That's 2 on Dawson Sen. Dawson, especially early in the season, had a penchant for finding himself in foul trouble as he sends Mitten to the line.
Traylon's first free throw up and good. Just 47% is Mitten on the year. As substitutions coming in will be number 13, Tayden Rader, 6'2" and a junior. As for the Rams, Kirkland Hughes comes in. Did not play last weekend because of that sprained ankle, but is going to give it a shot and go here tonight. Second free throw by Mitten. Knocked them down both. He's got 4, and it's a 15-8 lead. Rams again, full court pressure. Lob it ahead to Shank. Oh, nice pass cross court. Shot put up and in by Rader. Good zone offense to attack the rim. First 2 by Rader off the bench, 15-10. As North Harrison not wasting any time whenever they attack that press, they look to score. Spires around his man, drives all the way in, little scoop shot up and good in the lane. Cooper Spires gets his first 2, back to a 7-point lead. Langdon will bring it up with the dribble, slow it up to Lewis. Lewis hands it off on the right side to Hayne. Hayne picked up by Apple as the Rams stay in there man-to-man down to the final 6 seconds of the quarter. Hayne works one-on-one, hands it off to Lewis, and then we get a foul away from the basket as Hayne tried to set a screen for Lewis, and he'll be called for the foul.
Well, he was driving. He just handed it to Talon Lewis, and then it was a little out of control there. The Paoli defender was right there, as now 3 Cougars have 2 fouls, as that's the second on Hayne.
Cooper Spires over to Kirkland Hughes. 3 at the horn, up off the back of the rim, no good. Got it with just over 2 seconds to go and got a really good look there at the end of the quarter, but it wouldn't go. But the Rams lead it at the end of 1 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, 17-10. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summers Seamless Guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind, installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home? Protect it properly. Choose Summers Seamless Gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762. Summers Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
Rams take a 7-point advantage into quarter number 2 at 17-10. It'll be Rams basketball, Mitten, Spires, Sullivan, Hughes, and Cole, the 5 out there for Paoli. North Harrison stays in there man-to-man again, face guarding Cole. Here's Spires dribbling in, dumps it off left side. Couple of fakes by Mitten, shot no good. Rebound Sullivan, falls away. His shot comes up short, no good. And finally the rebound pulled down by Yoon on the outlet, quickly down the lane. Drives Lewis all the way to the basket, Rader that is, all the way to the basket, laid it up and in for his second bucket of the night. As once again, North Harrison running against the running team and have got some easy baskets here to trail by 5 with 7:28 to go. Hughes to the left of the key, out front, used up that dribble to Spires. Spires looks down low, almost a diamond-and-one type defense now for the Cougars. Spires into the corner to Hughes, back to Spires to the left of the key. Handed off. The man doing the chasing out front is Lewis on Cole behind the back dribble. Elbow jumper, elevates up, in and out, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Shank. In there with those 2 fouls, he has to be careful. Give it up in the backcourt. Yoon will bring it up across the timeline with the dribble. Yoon steps into 3, right of the key, off the rim, no good. All Rams underneath. Spires the rebound. Pushes it up to Cole, the sideline. Cross court to Kirkland Hughes. Fakes 3, dribbles in. A little runner from 10 foot off the glass, no good. But Chad Sullivan right in front of the rim to clean it up and put it up and good for his 4th point to make it 19-12. Rams go full court pressure, 1-2-2. Down the right sideline, Lewis jump pass ahead to Shank. Back to Langdon to the left of the key to Yoon. Yoon slows it up in the half court. Out front, Shank with the ball at the top of the key. Give it up out front right side to Lewis to Langdon. Langdon out front to Lewis, coming in off the bench to Langdon, the starting forward. Out front to Raiders played well. Yoon dribbles, pass bit, gets down on the baseline. Little 5-footer would not go, in and out. Rebound pulled down by Sullivan. Cole brings it up with the dribble. Fletcher goes all the way down below the free throw line, steps by a defender. A foul going to be called. And this is going to be more foul trouble, it looks like, for North Harrison.
Well, they're actually going to call Cole for the offensive foul there for dropping the shoulder a little bit. It could have gone either way, really, but Fletcher dropping the shoulder enough to pick up his team's first, and a turnover for the Rams, which has been their biggest issue so far.
Well, I was watching the assistant coaches on North Harrison. They were going up to Coach Schultz saying, that's 2 on him, that's 2 on him.
They thought it was, too.
Down the lane, Raider drives, kicks it out into the corner, along 3, right side, knock it down and count it. Stepping into that one was Fessel for his first 3 of the night, 19-15. Hughes looking on the right wing, pass it out front between the circles. Traylon Mitten goes into the corner to Apple. Apple pulls it out into the arc, backs it out, pass it off to Kirkland Hughes between the circles. Off the screen, here comes Cole at the free throw line, looks back door, and he got away with a walk. No, he did not. They finally called it there.
He kind of took an awkward step to his right, and then the back foot slid behind him. The Cougars really trying to put pressure on Fletcher Cole. It's worked so far, and so far it's kept them in the game, too. It's only down 4.
Pass fumble by Rader, but able to finally get a handle on it to Yoon out front to Langdon. Langdon dribbles to the top of the key. He looks right now. He's going to pull up and launch a 15-footer, no good. Chad Sullivan in the middle of all that gets the rebound, long outlet pass, Mitten to a cutting Cole, who reverses left to right, lays it up and good. Fletcher with 7 as the Rams score in transition, make it 21-15 with 5:05 to go. And there's a rare mistake against this Rams press as the Cougars throw it away in the backcourt. That'll be turnover number 6 on North Harrison. And the Rams will get the ball back with 5:04 to go. As Dane Padgett checks back in, Traylon Mitten will take a seat on the bench.
And Peyton Rader out for North Harrison, and for him, again, is Caden Hain, who's got 2 fouls. Another situation where the Cougars have to be careful there.
Trying to rotate those guys, it looks like, with those 2 fouls, to at least get some minutes out of them.
Yes.
Out high, Apple with the dribble, working out front on Haynes. Gets it to the left of the key, nowhere to go. Used up the dribble, pass it over to Padgett. He bobbled it, gives it off to Hughes. Hughes with that bum ankle still looks pretty good out there right now with the few minutes that he's been into the ball game. Apple skipping over the top to Padgett, right on the left wing. Padgett looking to reverse it out front to Hughes to Cole on the right side. Down low, Padgett gets by his defender, drives in, up and under, shot is good. Dane, a nice move at the rim. His first 2 of the night, 23-15. Langdon in the backcourt. Jumps it over the top to Yoon. Down the left side with a cross court. Lewis fires Langdon. Langdon in the middle to Lewis. Back to Langdon. Langdon looking, didn't take the shot. High post, give it off to Fessel on the baseline. Lewis bounce pass back in the lane. Haynes turns, kicks it out left side. Long 3 on the way by Yoon is no good. Ball takes a high kick off the back of the rim and goes behind the backboard out of bounds.
Now the Rams going to send Ian Sullivan in there for Kirkland Hughes, showing a little bit of a different look with a zone that time. The Cougars handled that well. They've seen a lot of zone here late in the season, and Coach Schultz said that they've improved quite a bit against the zone, and now they're going to let Dawson Sen check in. He was the late substitution. He'll replace Logan Hune, who got a good look at the basket. Logan is the best three-point shooter the Cougars have, and he's really usually good from that left wing, just couldn't quite get it to go in that last time, though.
Leading scorer for North Harrison, just over 11 points per ball game. Apple will bring it up again, face guarding Cole wherever he goes. Nearly a tight box and one here by the Cougars. Pass deflected. Langdon got a hand on it. Good steal by Haynes. Back to Langdon, and as he makes his move down inside the three-point area, there's contact and a foul going to be called on Paoli.
Why not 2 football players go at it there? Dane Padgett and David Langdon. That foul on Dane will be his first, and that'll be the second of the quarter on the Rams as they go back to Cooper Spires checking into the contest for Dakota Apple. But a good job again by the Cougars getting out on the run, and that's what they want to do, get there before the Rams can get back.
7 turnovers on Paoli. Oh, Spires intercepts the inbounds pass. That's 7 miscues by the Cougars. Cooper down the lane, drives, dish it off to Ian. Ian pump fake in the lane, off the glass, rolls off the rim, no good. Cougars come out with the basketball. Quickly is Fessel into the offensive end, slows it up to Hayne around the perimeter to Sen. Sen to the high post, knocked down, but still no foul called. Give it off to Lewis into the corner. Langdon, 3 left side, and he is able to get the rattled 3 to go down. He's got 5. Takes it a 23-18 ball game with 3:15 to go in the first half. Left side Spires into the offensive end. In face guarding Fletcher Cole wherever he goes. Boxing one type in the half court. Ian Sullivan back out to Cooper Spires between the circles, right side to Cole. Cole working one-on-one Lewis. He's drawn that assignment. Jump pass over to Spires. Didn't take the 3 down on the baseline to Ian, his pass deflected. Cooper gets it back, pulls up a little 10-footer. Right side laid it up and good. 4 on the night for Cooper. 23-18 with 2:40 to go in the first half of play. Rams full court pressure. Langdon down the left sideline. Used up his dribble, pass it out to Haynes. Back to Langdon. Langdon fakes left, comes right with the dribble. Give it off to Fessel. Fakes, he dribbles into a double team. Now give it off out front to Lewis. Lewis will reverse it out front, and North Harrison will reset in their half court against the Rams man-to-man. Lewis bounce pass to Langdon. Langdon picked up by Sullivan, this being Ian. Takes it to the baseline, cut off, tried to throw it off Ian, and he does out of bounds. It'll be Cougar basketball.
Well, he realized David got hemmed in there, and he was smart enough to recognize that situation. He had nowhere to go, so he just throws it off of Ian Sullivan, who did a really good job defending him there, but that allows the Cougars to reset.
Ewan back into the ball game for North Harrison in their road blue trimmed in black uniforms. Lob it out front, pulled down by Fessel, and he'll give it off to the point guard, Caden Hayne, the 5'10 junior, to set it up against the Rams man-to-man. Double high post set. Fessel to the right of the key with the basketball looking. We got people tangled up and falling backwards, losing their balance, and finally the official steps in and calls a foul on North Harrison.
Well, he's going to call this on Logan Hume. There was contact in there between both sides. Ian Sullivan was in there along with Caden Hayne, but they call this on Logan Hume. That'll be the first on the junior tonight and the team's first of the quarter with 2:03 to go till halftime.
Ian comes out. He had a highlight in the JV game with a dunk on a breakaway. Drew a lot of cheers here tonight. And talked to his dad, Jamie. I think it may be already posted on social media.
It's getting there if nothing else.
That's true. Out high Spires. Here's Padgett. He's going to drive all the way in right side with his strength. Lays it up off the glass. A good 4 for Dane. Lead at 27-18. Full court pressure. Langdon into the offensive end down the right side. Kirkland Hughes back in for the Rams. Faking three is Fessel. Instead gives it off left side. Three launched up and good by Logan Yoon. Yoon got a clean look and made the Rams pay his 5th point of the night, make it 27-21. Here's Fletcher Cole driving in, pull up, left wing, 15-footer, no good. All North Harrison underneath, quickly out of there with it. Into the offensive end is Yoon, and as he gets right at the 10-second line, foul going to be called on Kirkland Hughes.
It's going to be the first on Hughes tonight, team's third of the quarter, so neither team really that close to the bonus as the Rams decide to give Fletcher Cole a breather along with Dane Padgett and send a couple of new guys in there.
1:19 to go in the first half on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Rams are going to go half-court 1-3-1 trap into the right side, give it off to Sen. Sen in a double team right along the baseline, knocked away and stolen by Cooper Spires. Bounce pass to Kirkland Hughes, runs the right side, laid it up and good. First two for Kirkland, and he looked good on that bum ankle. Quickly, here comes North Harrison back. They've been doing that all night long, attacking on a make or a miss. Between the circles, Hayne drops it down to Sen on the baseline. Kick it out to Yoon. To Sen, right of the key. Good ball movement. Fessel in the corner. Steps back. Three on the way. In and out. No good. Raider had it. Lost it. And Sullivan able to take it away from him underneath. Long lead pass the other way to Apple. Left side. Give it off to Hughes. Three on the way. Kirkland shot in and out. No good. Rebound claimed out of there by Hayne. Long lead pass down court. Sen and Hughes collide. Ball was loose on the floor. And Spires comes out of there with it for Paoli. Cooper the other way to Dakota Apple down low. His pass deflected, but somehow Sullivan gets it, turns into the lane, put it up, and good. It was just one of those everybody in slow motion there for a bit. Who's going to get it? And for the Rams, fortunately, it ended up in the hands of Chad Sullivan.
Well, that's going to be the first foul on Bryce Fessel, who is right in front of him. Bryce got a piece of the ball, almost came down with it, but the bounce went Chad Sullivan's way, and it gets him to the line for two shots.
Free throw by the junior, up and good. Hitting 63% from the free throw line as we see Rylan Shank come back in. But again, remember, he's got those two fouls, just 21 seconds remaining here in the first half of play. Rams up by 9, looking for their first double-digit lead of the night. Front of the rim, spins over and goes through for Sullivan. Make it 31-21. Rams extend full court pressure in the backcourt, Sen at midcourt. Takes it in the offensive end, but there's Sullivan to go down and get it. The ball loose on the floor. Spires comes out of there with it. And a timeout going to be taken by Coach Dusty Cole to save the possession as the Rams will get one final shot here in the final 13 seconds of quarter number 2. Paoli up by 10. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Time rolls on and change happens, but some things remain the same. Banks send their profits to stockholders, and credit unions share profits with members and their local communities. The difference seems simple, but the effect is huge. Since 2021, Hoosier Hills Credit Union has donated over $500,000 to nonprofits, scholarships, athletic programs, and community foundations across central and southern Indiana. We're proud to give back to our local communities. If you'd like to bank local and build our community together, visit HoosierHills.com and join us today.
On the Sullivan Financial Consulting Raymond James scoreboard, Rams their biggest lead of the night at 10 at 31-21.
And Paoli starting to turn North Harrison over more here in this quarter, but they're also getting to the basket more. Others are getting involved around Fletcher Cole, and Dane Padgett and Chad Sullivan have been the two main guys here in the second quarter, so it's given the Rams some breathing room with their defense stepping up.
See if the Rams can close it out with a bucket here headed into the locker room. Out front, Cole has it. Staying this time in their box and one. Cole, they run a double team at him. Kicks it out to Hughes. 3 from the left wing up. In and out, no good. Apple the rebound at the horn. Put it up. It would not count. And that'll be the first half of play on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Paoli on top, 31-21. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summers Seamless Guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind, installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home? Protect it properly. Choose Summers Seamless Gutters today. and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762. Summers Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
31-21 here at the half as we begin the Whitfield Investments halftime report. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how West can help you stay on track with your goals now and in the future. In this first half, we've had one lead change as North Harrison, they jumped out to a quick 4-0 lead. Took the Rams almost 3 minutes before they got their first points of the night. That was a three-pointer by Fletcher Cole. Then Cole came back down with another bucket, give the Rams the lead at 5-4, lead that Paoli has not given up. But they could not shake North Harrison in that first quarter of play. North Harrison did a nice job of attacking this Rams full-court pressure and getting some baskets in transition. Paoli finally, slowly, steadily built the lead up to 11-6, but then coming right back, a big basket by Logan Yoon made it 11-8. Paoli then able to get a couple of baskets to get the lead back out to 14-8. But North Harrison scores with 13 seconds to go to make it 15-10. Then with 20 seconds to go, it is Cooper Spires getting a bucket to give the Rams a 7-point advantage at the quarter break. Starting off that second quarter of play, it was a quick two put up and in by Taden Rader to make it 17-12. Answered, though, by Sullivan to make it 19-12. A big three-pointer, though, by Bryce Fessel cut the lead down to 19-15. Rams able to reel off four straight then to make it 23-15. The final basket there by Dane Padgett. But then another three-pointer, this one by David Langdon, and the lead was back to 23-18. Paoli, another little mini run. They score four straight to get it up to 9 at 27-18 before the tide is stemmed once again by North Harrison. And once again, it was another three-pointer, this one by Logan Yoon, to make it 27-21 at the 1:36 mark. North Harrison would not score again there in that second quarter. The Rams, again, that little mini run, as they were able to get a couple of baskets to extend their lead out to 10 here at the break at 31-21. Taking a look at rebounding, the Rams have the advantage there, 13 rebounds, 6 of them on the offensive side. North Harrison with 6 rebounds in the first half of play, but no offensive putbacks. Paoli, 7 turnovers, a lot of those coming early, while North Harrison, they took good care of the basketball early on, but then they got into a little bit of a problem where they got little turnover-itis, and they ended up with 11, which is more than Coach Schultz wants to see here in this first half of play. We're at the half on the Whitfield Investments halftime report. Paoli on top, 31-21. When we continue, David Deaton will join us and take a look at team and individual stats. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Are you ready to see the world with clarity and style? Look no further than InFocus Eye Care on West Hospital Road in Paoli. At InFocus Eye Care, they offer comprehensive eye exams, a wide selection of fashionable eyewear, and the latest in contact lens technology. Their expert team is dedicated to providing personalized eye care for the entire family. Call 812-723-4752 and schedule your appointment. Now, open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. InFocus Eye Care, where your vision is their focus.
Discover the convenience of Hoosier Hardware, now offering a comprehensive selection of ammunition for all your shooting needs. Located on 1st Street, 1 block from the square, we are your one-stop shop for plumbing, electrical, painting, mobile home parts, water heaters, and general hardware supplies. In addition to our extensive inventory, we fill propane tanks, providing you with a cost-effective solution. Visit us today or call 812-723-2708 to see why Hoosier Hardware stands out for quality and service in the community.
Halftime here at Chambers Gymnasium on James Babcock Court, and so far it is Paoli up by 10, their largest lead of the night at 31-21 as the Whitfield Investments halftime report continues. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how West can help you stay on track with your goals now and in the future. Let's take a look at the shooting for both teams, starting with North Harrison here in the first half. The Cougars shot the ball well, 5 of 9 in the first quarter, even though they missed their only three-point attempt, and then fell a little bit to 4 of 9 in the second quarter, including 3 out of 6 from behind the arc. and that is what kept the Cougars afloat. They've had good looks that haven't gone down, so this could be a closer game if the Cougars could get these to fall in the second half. They're 9 of 18 shooting so far for 50%, and a respectable 3 of 7 from behind the arc for 43%, but the Cougars have yet to get to the charity stripe tonight. No free throw attempts in that first half. For the Paoli Rams, 6 of 10. They were blazing hot early on from the floor and then fell back to 6 of 14 in the second quarter, but offensive rebounds were definitely the key for the Rams there, as they're 12 of 24 shooting in the first half, good for 50%. They haven't had to make threes so far. Fletcher Cole made the one early, and the Rams have gone 0 since then. They are 1 out of 5 from behind the arc at 20%. They were 4 out of 5 at the free throw line in the first quarter, made both in the second. 6 out of 7 at the free throw line so far for Paoli, 86%. 31-21 is the score on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Paoli in front. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
You can make a difference in the life of abused and neglected children in Orange County. I'm Orange County Circuit Court Judge Steve Owen, and we have a court-appointed special advocate program, or CASA, right here in Orange County, and we need your help. There's no special skills required, and we can train you on the skills that are needed. All you have to do is just call Robin Brown today and tell her that you want to help us help these children feel safe and loved here in Orange County. That's Orange County CASA at 812-653-4889.
Inflation and other economic factors can keep you from getting the best results from your investments. Raymond James financial advisor Jamie Sullivan may be able to help you find ways to stay ahead of inflation, save money on your taxes, and prepare for retirement. Call Jamie Sullivan at 812-849-2670, located in Mitchell, for an appointment. Raymond James & Associates, Incorporated. Member of the New York Stock Exchange, SIPC, Life Well Planned.
Well, balance was the story coming in for North Harrison, but it's been the case both for the Rams and the Cougars in the scoring department so far. For North Harrison, 2 guys leading the way so far. David Langdon with a 2 and a 3 in the first and second quarter, respectively. He has 5 points. Leading scorer Logan Hune with a 2 in the first and a tray there in the second quarter to get him to 5 points at halftime. Taden Rader coming off sickness. He's missed the last couple of games for North Harrison. He's got 4 points so far in the first half. Bryce Fessel with a rare three-pointer for him there in the second quarter as he has 3 points. Dawson Sen and Caden Hain attacked the rim in the first quarter. Each of them got a basket for 2 in that first half of play. Talon Lewis and Ryland Shank have seen time but have not scored so far as North Harrison has been back to their regular rotation tonight. For the Rams, Fletcher Cole, the leading scorer, with 7 points, 5 in the first quarter. Chad Sullivan with 6. He had 4 of his 6 in the second quarter, including a pair of free throws. 4 guys have 4 for the Rams. Traylon Minton, all 4 of his in the first quarter. Dane Padgett got a couple of baskets for 4 in the second quarter. Dakota Apple scored all 4 of his points in the first, and Cooper Spires with 2 in each quarter to get him to 4. And then Kirkland Hughes with a basket there in the second quarter for 2 points to round out the scoring. Ian Sullivan, the only Ram who has seen time but has not scored so far. 31-21 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Paoli in front, the third quarter next. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Invest where it matters most, in the people and the potential of Orange County. Over the last decade, through the power of giving, the Orange County Community Foundation has helped thousands achieve their dreams, distributing numerous dollars in scholarships and grants from endowed funds. And we're just getting started. Scholarship applications will open soon, giving Orange County students the chance to unlock new opportunities, realize their full potential, and leave their mark on the world. Plus, be on the lookout for details on our unrestricted grants program, empowering local nonprofits to continue their philanthropic work and address the most pressing needs in our community. In 2024 alone, this grant cycle poured over $85,000 into our community, supporting many programs. Looking to make a lasting difference? Start a fund with us today and create a legacy that grows year after year. Call us at 812-723-4150 because your generosity shapes tomorrow. Together, we're building a better community. One scholarship, one grant, one legacy at a time.
Well, the second half getting underway here at D.E. Chambers Gymnasium. No foul trouble for the Rams in the first half. For North Harrison, Dawson Sen, Caden Hain, and Ryland Shank, 3 of the multitude of juniors on this team with 2 fouls apiece. The Cougars will start with the basketball to begin the third quarter as they try to cut into the 10-point deficit.
give them credit. A lot of those guys had two early, and they throw the ball right away in the steal. Here's Cole the other way, goes through the lane. He lost it, but Dakota Apple somehow comes out of there with it. Then Mitten gets his feet taken out from underneath of him, and Fessel went for that loose ball and ended up getting the personal foul.
One thing about Bryce is he is not afraid to go after those loose balls, and Bryce will pick up his second foul, though. It'll cost him, and that'll be the team's first quickly here in the third quarter, just 8 seconds in.
Traylon Mitten, Dane Padgett, Chad Sullivan, Fletcher Cole, Dakota Apple, the 5 out there for the Rams. David Langdon, Bryce Fessel, Dawson Sin, Caden Hain, and Logan Yoon for the visiting Cougars here tonight, who started out again in their half-court man-to-man. Out front, Cole works one-on-one with Sin over to Apple, all alone, 3 from the left wing off the rim, no good. Padgett got a hand on it, thought maybe Hain might as well, but he pulled it down at the last second. I think Caden may have got hit in the head rather than him going after the basketball there.
Inadvertent hand to the back of the head as they were going after that rebound there.
Hain against the full court pressure to Langdon. Langdon across the timeline. Rams go to their 1-3-1 half-court trap. Saw a little bit of this late in the second quarter. Langdon, right side to Sin, looking into the corner. Yoon steps through, but the pass knocked away and stolen. Apple the other way, 3-on-2, right down the lane. Dakota splits the defenders, put it up softly up the rim, wouldn't go. Bounced around, and coming in, Apple, he did not establish position in the play area, and then he touched it first, so that'll be a turnover on the Rams.
Had the right idea, but you can't be the first one to touch it if you go out of bounds like Dakota just did. So North Harrison catching a huge break with that ball rolling off the way it did.
Still a 10-point Rams lead. Both teams, a couple of empty possessions to start this second half of play. Langdon left elbow, swing it to Hain into the corner to Sin. He loads up 3. High arcing shot, way off the mark, no good. Padgett tipped it over. Apple comes out with it for Paoli. Give it off to Fletcher Cole between the circles. Cole working against the man-to-man, gets the screen out high, turns the corner, pull up left. High arcing shot from the wing is up and good. That's 9 for Fletcher, 33-21. Biggest lead of the night for Paoli with 6:27 to go in the third. Rams stay in their half court, 1-3-1. Sent across the timeline to Yoon. Yoon high post, give it off to Langdon down into a triple team. And Padgett nearly stole it, but gets it out to Yoon. He launches 3 and knocks it down from the left side. Logan Yoon with 8. 33-21. A big basket there needed by the Cougars with 2 minutes gone here in this third quarter of play. North Harrison staying in their half-court man-to-man. Mitten out high, dump it down into the high post to Cole, working on Sin. Clears out that left side. Fletcher reverses it. Now to run the double team at him. He'll elevate, put up a shot. Awkwardly, no good. Tipped around, loose on the floor. Padgett tried to come out of there with it. It's still loose, and Langdon finally comes up with the loose basketball. His long lead pass down court going to be stolen by Traylon Mitten, and that turns it right back over to Paoli. Here's Cole into the offensive end, steps through the double team. Scoop shot on the run, count it, and a foul. As off balance was Fletcher Cole, but still the touch got it to go through, and he'll be at the line for a 3-point play opportunity.
Had to go through a couple of guys just to get that shot up, and Fletcher got just enough English on it to put it down. That's going to be the first foul on the lone senior for North Harrison, David Langdon, team second of the quarter already as Cole goes to the line.
Free throw going to be short, no good. Back tap out of there by Sullivan, and Mitten tracks it down in the backcourt, and the Rams will get another possession. Haley slows it up in the offensive end against the man-to-man. Cole working out high, gets a screen, crosses over on the left wing, hesitation move into the corner, fired out to Sullivan. Cecil almost came up with the steal, but Chad able to get a handle on it to Apple. North Harrison going to double team a little bit out front, but Rams see it, dump it down low to Sullivan in the low block, spins back now towards the lane. His shot no good. Padgett one power dribble in the lane. He got hooked on the way up. And Dane Padgett will go to the free throw line.
That was a problem for the Cougars in the first half, not being able to hold Paoli to one shot at times, and that foul will be the second on Logan Hune of North Harrison. That will be the team's third, so Paoli working toward the bonus with 5 minutes to go in the quarter.
Free throw by Padgett. Not much arc on that. Straight arrow shot, hit the front of the rim, luckily spun over and went through for the junior. Makes it 36-24 with 5:02 to go. Dane's second shot, a little bit more arc on it, and he knocked it down for his 6th point, nearing his average, actually just gone over his average. 37-24, full court pressure. Langdon in the backcourt across the timeline with the dribble, slows it up to Fessel. Fessel to the left of the key. Rams go back to their half-court man-to-man after playing several trips down court in their half-court 1-3-1. Out front with the basketball, Hain give it off to Yoon. Yoon with the left-handed dribble, stops at the free throw line, back to Sen, fakes left, goes right to the basket, goes straight in, lays it up, and good. Padgett tried to come over and help, got there too late. He'll be charged with the foul, and Dawson Sen will be at the line for a three-point play opportunity.
First Ram to pick up his second foul, and that's Dane Padgett, team's first of the half. That's Dawson Sen's game. He's a slasher. He's very good at getting to the basket, and he did a great job blowing right by the defense that time, forced Padgett on his heels, and Dawson to the line for one shot.
It's up and good. First free throw of the night, right?
Yep, first one for the Cougars all night, and that's now 5 points for Sen as he trims the lead down to 10. And so the Rams going to take Dane Padgett out of the game for right now as Cooper Spires returns. Sen gets a rest on the bench for the Cougars, and Talon Lewis in there for the first time in the second half.
And he'll be Fletcher Cole's shadow now with 4:30 to go. Jump pass down low. Here's Apple catching it on the left side, laid it up and good in one motion for his 6th point as the Rams throw it over the top against the box and one. Rams stay in their full court pressure. Spin move right at the 10-second line. Hayne gets it over to Lewis to the right of the key into Langdon. Langdon backs it out behind the arc on the right side around the perimeter. Hayne to the left of the key. Give it off to Yoon. Steps into three on the way off the rim. No good. Mitten has the rebound for Paoli. He'll come out with the dribble at the center circle. Give it off to the trailer Apple. Left side to Spires. Down low in the lane. Here's Sullivan working in on a double team. Kick it out to Spires. Does not take the three. Cooper with the dribble. Pump fake again, didn't take the shot. Pass it out front to Mitten between the circles to Apple. Isolate Cole on the right side. He gets into a double team. Fletcher dribbles in. Down the lane he goes. Kick it out to Spires. He'll step into three. It's off the front of the rim. No good. Dakota Apple, the rebound for Paoli, comes out of there with it, and he loses it as Lewis comes up with it, and Apple falling to the floor inadvertently got into the legs of Lewis, and that'll be a foul every time.
Well, that foul on Dakota Apple will only be his first, though. That's now 2 on the Rams here in the quarter with 3:33 to go. Still a 12-point lead, maintaining the arm's length away from the Cougars right now.
3:30 and counting on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard in the third quarter. Deliberately, Yoon setting up the offense against the Rams man-to-man. To Fessel to the left of the key, hands it off to Langdon, to Hayne. Good ball movement around the perimeter to Lewis. Lewis works one-on-one, dribbles into the basket, stops just short of the basket. The ball tipped away by Apple, comes right in, though, as Hayne, or make that rather, Hayne drives in, got it up and good. Caton in the right place at the right time, makes it 39-29. Apple, the right wing, didn't take that three-pointer. Here's Cooper Spires just below the free throw line. He'll put up a jumper, too hard, no good. Rebound pulled down by Hayne. Long outlet pass ahead to Lewis. He drives left side, scoop shot up and good. In transition, Lewis gets his first two, and it's back to an 8-point ball game at 39-31 with 2:40 to go in the third. Out front contact, no foul called into the corner. Mitten, lob it down low. Here's Sullivan around Fessel, lays it up and good. Chad Sullivan got low post position for his 8th point of the night. Back to a 10-point lead at 41-31. Under 2.5 to go. Langdon across the timeline into the corner. Fessel drives baseline, reverses from left to right. Shot comes up short, no good. Rebound pulled down by Sullivan. Into the backcourt. Fletcher Cole crosses over down the lane, bounce pass to Apple underneath. Too far underneath to get a shot off. Whips it into the corner right side to Spires. Spires working low on Hayne, drives in, shot short, no good. Langdon unable to corral it, could only get a hand on it, and it goes out of bounds to Paoli.
Well, another chance for the Rams here as they have really been great on the glass throughout the course of the night. Caden Rader back in there replacing Bryce Fessel for the Cougars. Ryland Shank also returns to the lineup as the Rams go back to their bench.
Inbounds pass comes in to Padgett, back to Cole, drives in, and there's contact, and a charging foul going to be called on Fletcher Cole as that time Talon Lewis held his ground to take the charge.
The Cougars have done a really nice job on Cole most of the night. That's going to be 2 on Fletcher, team's third of the quarter. Cougars still just kind of hanging around right now.
Well, under 2 minutes to go here in the third, 41-31, Paoli on top. Rams going to drop back. Thought they might go 1-2-2, but still going to stay in there man-to-man. Lewis out high, guarded by Spires, right along the spike line. Give it off to Hayne. Hayne will set it up. Being patient this trip down are the Cougars against Paoli's man-to-man. Langdon on the right wing. Langdon working on Cole, takes him in the corner, now pulls up 15-footer shot. No good, but a foul going to be called. And Fletcher Cole will be picking up his third personal foul.
Well, that's big for Paoli and for North Harrison, too, forcing Cole into that third foul. His first defensive foul of the night, team's fourth on Paoli. David Langdon, who has had his struggles at the line, he's been better in the second half of the season shooting free throws. He'll step up here to shoot 2 to try to make this a single-digit game again.
6'2" senior free throw. Spins in and out for Langdon, no good. even though that didn't go in, I know Coach Schultz got to be happy. At least his team's getting to the free throw line.
Yeah, that's something they didn't do well in the first half. They did it really well Saturday in their loss to Austin. Actually got 29 free throw attempts or 27 free throw attempts in that game and made 19. So it's been at a premium tonight.
Langdon able to knock down the second one. Also, we see Schenk back in for the North Harrison Cougars. 41-32 with 1:25 to go. As Paoli will set it up in the offensive end. Spires running the point to Mitten on the left wing, trying to go down low. They get it into Sullivan, spins into the double team, pump fake in on Schenk, puts the shot up, no good. Rebound Paget, he'll kick it back out to Mitten, and the Rams will reset. Here's Mitten driving all the way to the basket. His shot off the glass is no good. However, he is fouled, and that'll put Traylon Mitten at the free throw line for the Paoli Rams.
And that'll be the first foul tonight on Talon Lewis for this North Harrison team. That'll be the fourth of the quarter, so both teams on the cusp of the bonus with 1:08 to go in the quarter as Minton, who has 4 points tonight, steps up to the stripe.
Free throw up and good. Good night at the line for Traylon, who had struggled coming in at less than 50%. 42-32. As Langdon will come out, Sen re-enters the lineup for the Cougars. Minton averaging just over 3 points per ball game. Second free throw up, and he got them both. And he'll be replaced by Dakota Apple with 1:08 remaining here in the third quarter of play, an 11-point Paoli lead. Rams will be able to reset their 2-2-1 full-court pressure. Lewis in the backcourt with Sen, comes to Yoon, into the middle. He gets it over to Rader, fires it into the crowd across the way as he and Lewis not on the same page, and that'll be turnover number 14. But they cut down being North Harrison. That's only their third in this quarter.
Yeah, they've done a better job getting it back to where they did in the first quarter as far as taking care of the ball and just trying to figure out a way to get that under control.
Under a minute to go. Rams pull it out, run the weave, see if they'll hold for one. But again, good aggressive man-to-man defense by North Harrison. Apple bobbled it right along the 10-second line, able to get by Yoon. Finally over to Hughes. He's going to drive in, put a little acrobatic up and under shot on the rim, up and good for his fourth point, make it 45-32. 35 seconds to go, and usually Kirkland a stand-out three-point shooter set, but he's been taking it to the rim tonight. Yoon, Rams drop back into a 2-3 to Schenk, fires it in the corner, driving on the baseline, could get it in. Rader back to Schenk. His shot comes up short, no good. Rebound by Apple with 17 seconds to go. Rams will get a final crack, and they'll get the ball to start here in the fourth quarter, up right now by 13. 10 seconds to go. Usually this is Fletcher Cole time, but he's on the bench with fouls. Here's Hughes, left open, three right of the key, in and out, no good. Schenk the rebound with 3 seconds to go, lost it, got it back, throws it up from half court, and that'll be the end of quarter number 3 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Paoli on top, 45-32. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Hi, this is John Bender. Since 1931, Bender Lumber has been providing superior service along with quality, innovative building products at fair, competitive prices. In communities throughout southern Indiana, our locations are the primary supplier to residential builders, professional remodelers, as well as do-it-yourselfers who rely on our knowledgeable sales staff to do whatever it takes to proudly serve them and to get the job done. So here's to the first 90 years of local people serving local needs at Bender Lumber.
Satisfy your cravings with KFC's world-famous fried chicken. What began from a humble service station in Corbin, Kentucky now includes over 24,000 KFC outlets in more than 145 countries and territories around the world. It's real meals made the hard way. Now you can enjoy their world-famous fried chicken in a variety of ways, from buckets to meal deals, sides, and desserts. Stop by the KFC at 925 North Gospel Street in Paoli. It's finger-licking good.
Rams able to extend their lead by 3 points in the third quarter to lead it now by the 45-32 margin. Paoli will get the ball to start this fourth quarter. Cooper Spires, Traylon Mitten, Dane Paget, Chad Sullivan, Fletcher Cole. For North Harrison, they will go with Logan Yoon along with David Langdon along with Dawson Sen. High post, here come the Rams. Back to door cut, but the ball knocked away and stolen by the Cougars. Good job by Rader to check in and get that steal. Schenk joins Rader out on the court. Yoon to the right of the key. He's going to launch three. It's off the front of the rim, short, no good. Cooper Spires tracks down the long rebound down the left sideline, gets it into the offensive end, stops above the free throw line to Mitten, fakes left, goes right into the lane, back out to Spires to Cole. Fletcher will pull it back out. David Langdon will now guard him as they'll go man-to-man, and the Rams look like they want to pull it out. We'll see how Coach Schultz will respond to this. Cooper Spires to the left of the key to Mitten on the left side. Mitten keeps the dribble alive. Switching man-to-man defense out front here by the Cougars. Rams with the good ball handlers out there. Right side, Cole will have it. Fletcher going to turn down the lane, gets all the way to the rim. Scoop shot up, no good. Dane Padgett, though, right there to follow it up and good in one motion. He's got 8. It's 47-32 with 6:55 to go in the game. Langdon in the offensive end. Rams set up in a 2-3 zone. Langdon to the left of the key, looking to his right, now to his left. Used up the dribble, needs some help. Finally goes into the corner, but Padgett right there on the steal for the Rams ahead to Cole. Fletcher going to drive left side all the way to the rim. Scoop shot up and good. That's 13 for Cole, and the lead up to 17 at 49-32 with 6.5 minutes to go. Rams get a little run to start this fourth quarter of play to get a little bit more breathing room against the Cougars. Lob it on the right side to Yoon, into the high post to Shank. Shank kick it out to Langdon. He's going to launch 3. It's up and good. David Langdon, a big answer there for the Cougars. He's got 9, make it 49-35. 6:10 and counting in the ball game. Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Out high, Cole. Off of Langdon. He's going to drive all the way in. Again, a scoop shot on the left side off the glass for his 15th point. 51-35 as we roll under 6 minutes to go. Langdon, top of the key, stops against the 2-3. Give it off the Yoon to Langdon. Langdon again keeps the dribble, steps up to the arc, kick it out to Sen. To Langdon, quick ball movement to Yoon. High post to Shank. Shank reverses right side to Sen. Sen to the free throw line. Going to launch a jumper. It's up off the rim. No good. All Rams underneath. Sullivan with the rebound. Again, the Rams controlling the backboards here tonight. 5:30 and counting. 51-35. Paoli on top. Out front, Cole in a double team. Has the ball poked away from behind. Shank comes up with the steal. Outlet pass. Driving right side. And Hain able to get the ball up and make the rather Yoon. Yoon with 10. As the turnover leads to 2 for North Harrison. They get a little scramble mode down low. Oh, but Spires spots a wide open Dane Padgett on the right side of the basket. Catches, lays it up in one motion for his 10th point of the night. 53-37 with 5 minutes to go. Rams drop back in their 2-3 zone. Out front, send to the left of the key to Langdon between the circles. High post into the lane. Rader turns down the lane, fakes a pass. He's in a triple team, needs some help. Spires got a hand on it, and he comes up with it, but a jump ball will be called. But the timeout going to be, is what one official said that he thought Coach Schultz had. However, going to be overruled. It'll be a jump ball. Fortunately for the Cougars, though, the arrow is in their possession.
Now it's gotten away from them here lately because the Fletcher Cole started getting things going out in the transition there as Shank and also Rader check out for the Cougars. Back in, Langdon and Fessel along with Hain, Hune, and Sen. And that being the original starting 5. Meanwhile, Jackson Reynolds making his first appearance as Fletcher Cole checks out. Fletcher right now with 15 in the contest.
4:46 to go underneath the basket. Get it in on the corner right side. Keeping it alive is Yoon. Yoon takes it down the lane as he gets below the top of the key between that area and the free throw line. Dakota Apple gets a little bit handsy, and he'll be called for a foul.
Yeah, one too many hand checks there from Apple at the top of the key. That'll be his second, team's first of the quarter. Been a pretty clean game as far as fouls here in the second half for both sides.
Payton underneath on the right, into the corner to Langdon. Langdon picked up by Padgett in the man-to-man, puts the ball on the deck, drives in, shot blocked out of there by Padgett. And coming up with that loose ball is Traylon Mitten. He'll bring it across the timeline and slow it up. Going to get into the North Harrison man-to-man defense. Here's Padgett driving in on Sen. Pulls it back out on the right side to Apple in the double team. Back to Mitten between the circles. Rams spread it out, go to their delay wheel type delay offense out front. And there is Spires as he got bodied up that time by Hain and pushed off. And Cooper Spires will be called for the foul.
He threw a little bit of an elbow trying to get some space there with Hain, and Caden did a good job standing his ground as the Cougars decide to call timeout just about the halfway point of the fourth. It's 53-37 Paoli on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Riley Oil is pleased to announce they are once again pumping gas for their valued customers after the 2023 tornado outbreak at their Paoli location. The Riley family invites you to stop in and fill up with quality Marathon gasoline and diesel. Stop in and check out the facility, grab a cold drink and a Hoosier Lottery ticket. Be sure to visit their other 2 locations in Orleans and Hardinsburg and grab a snack, drink, or something cooked fresh from their grab-and-go hot bar. Riley's Marathon offers after-hours pay at the pump for your convenience. Visit them off the east side of the Paoli Square in Orleans and Hardinsburg.
Hey, you! Yes, you! Hear that? Adventure is calling your name. Are you ready to answer? At Springs Valley Bank and Trust, we're here to guide you on your financial journey. From checking and savings accounts tailored to your needs to personalized investment strategies, Springs Valley has the fuel for your future. Need a loan? We've got competitive rates and flexible options to make those big life moments a reality. Stop by a Springs Valley Banking Center and let's start planning today for tomorrow's adventures. Adventure awaits. Let Springs Valley guide the way. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
53-37, Rams on top, 4:12 to go. And David time, if the Cougars here on the road want to make a run, they got to do it now.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And without Fletcher Cole out there, that should help a little bit. Sullivan also on the bench. But the Rams have been playing good defense here since the second quarter, and that's what's helped them out. The Cougars got to get some high percentage looks here.
2-3 zone around the perimeter. Haynes skipping over the top to Langdon. Nice save before almost going out of bounds to Fessel. He bobbled it, got it back. He tried to throw it off Padgett's leg. Goes right to Langdon, a double team on the baseline. Out front, Fessel going to try and slow it down. Here's Haynes driving in, kick it out in the corner, 3 left side. Langdon short, no good. Ball falls right into the hands of Jackson Reynolds for the rebound, and Paoli will push it up across the timeline. Apple into the offensive end, keeps the dribble alive, hands it off to Mitten. Mitten high post to give it off to Padgett. Backdoor cut to Apple, his reverse layup no good, tipped out of there. Langdon with the rebound quickly the other way, gets to the free throw line, kick it out, send, high arcing 3 right side, no good, and Reynolds comes down with the rebound for Paoli. Slow things up, Spires ahead to Apple down the right sideline. Dakota into the offensive end. Paoli up 53-37 with 3:10 to go in the ball game. Apple goes left side to Spires, took it down low, but there's a nice play by Fessel to come up with the steal. Fessel lead pass to Langdon, left side, drives in on Reynolds, and a charging foul will be called on David Langdon, much to his surprise and also to Coach Scholes.
Well, that was a close one. It really could have gone either way on that particular charge, but Reynolds just stepped in right in the nick of time to draw that charge on David, who was coming right downhill the left side. That's only going to be the second foul on Langdon. However, it is a turnover in the team's second of the quarter.
Extending the defense, the Cougars. Reynolds has it into the offensive end. Reynolds keeps the dribble alive, takes it right side, back out to Cole, who checked in. Fletcher with the dribble out front. Lewis will guard him. He's had him a lot tonight. Lewis works one-on-one with Cole. Gets by him on the dribble. Pull up 15-footer. Got to be short, no good. But Fletcher comes down, gets his own rebound. Now up and under, move, steps through the double team. His shot no good. Rebound, though, by Jackson Reynolds. Reynolds kick it out to Spires. 3 from the right wing. It's up no good. And finally, North Harrison able to clear out the rebound. Hayne the other way on the dribble. Takes it into the top of the key, kick it out Fessel, but his 3 is going to be blocked out of bounds by a flying Chad Sullivan.
He timed that up perfectly because Bryce was open, but Chad showing that quickness and that athleticism to jump out there, and just as soon as Bryce released it, he got a piece of it.
2:24 to go. Cougar basketball. Send to the right of the key. Gives it up out front to Lewis, to Hayne. Hayne works. Crosses over, down the lane on Cole, dribbles in, shot up off the glass, too hard from 10 feet, no good. Sullivan another rebound for Paoli, gives it off to Mitten, and now to Cole. 2:05 and counting. Cole in a double team, stops near the 10-second line, and the timeout going to be taken by Coach Dusty Cole. 2:02 to go, 53-37, Rams on top. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Paoli Health and Living is a senior living community that's not like the others. It's rich in history, a community landmark, and a place to call home. Get the care you need and deserve with Paoli Health and Living rehabilitation programs. Be unstoppable and take the guesswork out of therapy with their unique and personalized programs. And for residents needing extra care, the long-term care program is equipped with an expert team of nurses and therapists, dietitians, and dedicated certified nursing assistants. Learn more about the services available to you at Paoli Health and Living. Call 812-723-2595. life.
Time rolls on and change happens, but some things remain the same. Banks send their profits to stockholders, and credit unions share profits with members and their local communities. The difference seems simple, but the effect is huge. Since 2021, Hoosier Hills Credit Union has donated over $500,000 to nonprofits, scholarships, athletic programs, and community foundations across central and southern Indiana. We're proud to give back to our local communities. If you'd like to bank local and build our community together, visit HoosierHills.com and join us today.
Rams got to get it in. Finally, the Spires along the sideline. Cooper weaves his way in. A nice little bounce pass up off to Sullivan, who drives, catches the front of the rim, hangs there for a second, and falls in for his 10th point of the night. 55-37, a minute 50 to go. Quickly, North Harrison into the offensive end. Sen hands it off to Haynes. Fakes three, dribbles down the lane, all the way to the rim. Reverse shot comes up short, no good. And Reynolds has another rebound for Paoli. Give it up to Cole in the backcourt. Ahead to Reynolds. Reynolds pump fake. Shot up right side. Good. Counted and a foul. First two of the night for Jackson Reynolds as the Rams push it up and score in transition. And that will put the senior Jackson Reynolds to the free throw line for Paoli.
Well, he was wide open. There was nobody around him until he got that pump fake there underneath, gets the shot up and in for his first points of the night, and now Caden Hain is out. Logan Hune is in. The Rams are going to clear the bench with 1:34 to go as the foul was called on the Cougars. Haven't seen who it was against at this point, but the Rams have got the lead out to 20. And with Paoli playing again tomorrow night against Mitchell, they're going to try to give some of their main rotation players a break. That'll be the third foul on David Langdon, team second of the quarter.
Free throw no good. Thornton got a hand on it but couldn't come up with it, and the rebound pulled down by Lewis for North Harrison. 20-point lead on the night. Here's a long three by Yoon, right side, no good. Lyden Poe able to pull down that rebound for Paoli. They give it off to Reynolds in the backcourt. He needs some help. All the guards run away from him. Into the middle, Ian Sullivan has it. Give it off to Reynolds. Reynolds will pull it back out. Double team out front, and timeout going to be taken by the Rams, but only for a substitution. As coming in will be Cade Walls. Taylor will get another ball handler in there, replacing the senior Jackson Reynolds. Had some good minutes tonight. Picked up a big charging foul earlier in this half. 1:10 to go. Rams up by 20. As they take on North Harrison on this Tuesday, back tomorrow night with a big conference showdown with Mitchell here at Chambers Gymnasium. Thornton bounce pass out front to Bostock, right side to Ian. Down low, here's Thornton, pump fake in traffic, shot up good, counted, and a foul. And that'll put Justin Thornton to the free throw line for the Rams.
Dawson Sen got caught biting on the fake in there, and he's going to be called for his third personal. That'll be the team's third. The Cougars also going to clear the bench as they will send Preston Wellman in there, number one. Number two, Christian Luther also out there. Jake Ruoff, number 21. All of these guys, sophomores and juniors. Corey Burson, a sophomore at 6'3" in there, and Ryland Shank at 6'3", and a junior also in there as the free throw is good.
So Thornton able to complete that three-point play for the Paoli Rams. As Luther will bring it up, as David mentioned, wearing that number one, gets it across the timeline, fires it in to Shank. Shank goes all the way to the rim. Nice power move, laid it up and good. So Shank off the dribble, scores his first two of the night to make it 40-39. Out front, Cade Walls with the basketball for Paoli. Going to be guarded out high and some contact between he and Luther will be called for a pushing foul.
Well, actually, that'll be Preston Wellman with that foul there. Yeah, Wellman's one, Luther's two. They look similar, so you could see where it'd be, but you could get those guys mixed up. But that's the fourth foul on the Cougars here in the fourth quarter.
Glad David's here tonight to help with these substitutions that came in, not listed on the roster. The pass down low, and there is Luther to step in and make the steal for North Harrison. He'll bring it up to Shank. Shank across the timeline, and he throws the ball away out in the corner.
Yeah, he thought Wellman was cutting there from the right corner, but Preston stayed right there, and by the time Ryland let go of it, he realized it wasn't happening, and it was too late.
Rams get it on the 17th turnover of the night against the Cougars. Way too many for Coach Scholes. As we talked to him in the pregame, that was one of their keys. And here's Cade Walls trying to split a double team. Foul going to be whistled on Luther, as he'll be charged with that personal foul.
Christian has been a starter on the JV all season. He picks up his first there. He's a sophomore guard for this North Harrison team. Head coach of the JV, Dakota Brooks, has been working with them in Wellman. They formed a pretty good backcourt, getting some experience out here at the varsity tonight as the first free throw rims out for Cade Walls at the line with one more shot to go.
JV won by Paoli tonight, 68-37. Second free throw by Walls. It's short, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Burson. Burson to Shank, quickly get it up to Luther. Luther to the left of the key, steps back, three on the way, got it at a foul, and he'll have the rare 4-point play opportunity. So a good job by Luther there to close out this game on a positive note.
Oh, my. Well, his first varsity points of the season. He has not seen a lot of varsity time. I think this might be his fourth game of the year. That's going to be a foul on Cade Walsh. His first. Christian at the line, couldn't get the free throw to go down.
Lyden Poe comes out with the rebound in a lot of traffic for Paoli. Here's Justin Thornton down the sideline. He's going to dribble out the time, and that will give the Rams their 19th win of the season as the final here tonight on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James Scoreboard. Paoli over North Harrison, 60-42. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summers Seamless Guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind, installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home? Protect it properly. Choose Summers Seamless Gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762. Summers Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
For over 40 years, families in Orange and surrounding counties have relied on the professionalism of Dillman Scott Funeral Home in Paoli in their time of need. Melvin Dillman established this high standard of dignity and care that remains today under the direction of Tim Scott, family, and staff. Call 812-723-2276 to set up a pre-need appointment, and the staff at Dillman Scott will be happy to discuss all of your options. Southern Indiana's gold standard of care. Dillman Scott Funeral Home in Paoli.
With the win at home tonight, the Rams pick up their 19th win of the year, improve to 19-2, and extend their winning streak out to 7, which matches their longest of the season. While for the North Harrison Cougars, this loss drops in to 6-14 on the year with one game remaining in regular season play on Friday night against Christian Academy. Well, this was one of those games where if you look at the scoreboard, you think it was a lopsided win for Paoli, but it really wasn't. It was one of those where Ram fans never really felt comfortable in this ball game because North Harrison just kind of hung around, and Paoli didn't get a lot of big runs like you would expect, maybe, 12-2 or 14-2 or 10-0 runs. There were just a lot of those 4-0 runs or 6-0 runs, but when you put enough and string enough those together, they add up very quickly. And Paoli able to pull away with the win here tonight, 60-42. We had one lead change in this ballgame. In fact, North Harrison jumped out to a quick 4-0 lead. Rams, though, able to score 7 straight to get the lead up to 7-4. But North Harrison just hung around, even though the Rams finally able to stretch it out to a 7-point advantage at the end of one. Got it up to double digits at the half, 31-21. Paoli came out and were able to get a go again on a little 6-3 run to boost the lead out to 13 at 37-24. But once again, North Harrison just pesky, hanging around, able to whittle that lead down to 8 at one point at 39-31 before a Sullivan basket stemmed the tide to get it back up to 10. The lead, though, for Paoli boosted it out to 13 at 45-32 there at the end of the third quarter of play. And Paoli then got going again in that fourth quarter. Once again, those 4-0, 6-0 runs added up. Paoli able to get the lead up to 51-37. Finally got a 9-0 run in the start of that fourth quarter as they held North Harrison nearly scoreless for 5 minutes during that stretch. And by that time, the Rams were able to boost the lead out to 59-37 and end up winning it here tonight, 60-42. Paoli dominated the rebounds, which has been a key to their success this year. 33 total rebounds, 12 on the offensive end. North Harrison with just 12 rebounds and no second chance opportunities. Turnovers ended up being about even. as Paoli turned the ball over 15 times. Haven't said that many times this season. And for North Harrison, they had 17 miscues, 11 of those coming in the first half of play. As we begin the OC Eats post-game show, OC Eats delivering happiness right to your door. We'll see you soon. We'll come back to Chambers Gymnasium and take a look at team and individual stats in this Rams win. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Satisfy your cravings with KFC's world-famous fried chicken. What began from a humble service station in Corbin, Kentucky now includes over 24,000 KFC outlets in more than 145 countries and territories around the world. It's real meals made the hard way. Now you can enjoy their world-famous fried chicken in a variety of ways, from buckets to meal deals, sides, and desserts. Stop by the KFC at 925 North Gospel Street in Paoli. It's finger-licking good. Riley Oil is pleased to announce they are once again pumping gas for their valued customers after the 2023 tornado outbreak at their Paoli location. The Riley family invites you to stop in and fill up with quality Marathon gasoline and diesel. Stop in and check out the facility, grab a cold drink and a Hoosier Lottery ticket. Be sure to visit their other 2 locations in Orleans and Hardinsburg and grab a snack, drink, or something cooked fresh from their grab-and-go hot bar. Riley's Marathon offers after-hours pay at the pump for your convenience. Visit them off the east side of the Paoli Square in Orleans and Hardinsburg. Cave Quarries Incorporated and Calcar Quarries, dealers of agricultural lime, crushed stone, sand, hot and mix asphalt materials, and asphalt paving, invite you to visit one of their 2 locations. Cave Quarries, located 3 miles west of Paoli on State Road 56, and Calcar Quarries, located 2 miles east of Paoli on Highway 150. Phone 936-4923 for Cave Quarries Incorporated and 723-2109 for Calcar Quarries. Services you can count on. Quality guaranteed.
Rams win it over North Harrison, 60-42 as we continue with the OC Eats post-game show. A big thank you out to one of the Rams' biggest fans and one of our great people that we like and know, and that's Judy Brim for taking care of us here tonight with her home-baked goods, not only for us but for the team as well, and we appreciate everything that Judy does, and thank you very much for the cookies. All right, get back to this ball game here at Chambers Gymnasium tonight. It was a Paoli winning at 60-42. Coming in, David talked about turnovers and rebounds, and if you talked to both coaches before, they said those would be key stats, and they turned up being just that. Even though the turnovers ended up about even, the big discrepancy in rebounding was a huge difference here tonight.
Yeah, it was. Paoli certainly has size and guys who are physical enough to get to the glass, but they kept getting second chances, and North Harrison did it. If you boil it down to one particular figure tonight, it was the offensive rebounding of Paoli that made the biggest difference, because North Harrison really shot the ball pretty well most of the night, got multiple people involved as they've been doing all year. But for Paoli, something positive for Coach Cole's team, too, is the fact that it wasn't just Fletcher Cole or Chad Sullivan. Other guys like Traylon Minton, Dane Padgett, Dakota Apple got into the scoring tonight as well. And if Paoli is a more balanced team, especially going into the sectional next week and for the rest of this week, gives the Rams a pretty good chance to make a run next week here on their home floor.
Talk about the shooting. Take us through those numbers, if you would.
I'll be happy to do that. Let's start with the Cougars here in the second half tonight. They shot the ball a little, not as well in the second half as they did in the first half. 4 of 8 in the third quarter, 4 of 13 in the fourth, as the Cougars were 8 out of 21 shooting in the second half tonight. Overall, pretty good shooting night for this North Harrison team. They've been shooting right around 39% throughout the year, 17 out of 39 from the floor tonight, 44%. So on the road, especially playing in a venue like Paoli, that is certainly a good thing, with the depth perception being a little different than what the Cougars are used to on their home floor. But 44% shooting tonight. Three-point shooting kind of went downhill there after the second quarter, 1 of 3 in the third, 2 of 7 in the fourth quarter. The Cougars end up shooting 3 of 10 from behind the arc in the second half, but a respectable 6 of 17 for 35% tonight from distance. A few of those rimmed out tonight, too, so it easily could have been a higher percentage had those gone down. Free throw shooting picked up a little bit in the third quarter, but overall not a lot of attempts for the Cougars tonight, just 2 out of 3 from the stripe, 67%. Paoli just continued to keep the good times rolling in the shooting department in the second half, as they were 5 of 12 in the third quarter, but then 7 of 12 in the fourth quarter. So the Rams did exactly what they did in the first half. 12 out of 24, consistency certainly a good thing in that perspective. 24 of 48 shooting for the Rams tonight, 50%. Three-point shooting wasn't really needed in that second half, even though the Rams were 0 for 2 in the third and 0 for 1 in the fourth 0 for 3 in the second half and just 1 out of 8 tonight for 13%. Free throw shooting was really good all night for Paoli. They made all 4 of their attempts in the third quarter, went 1 of 3 in the fourth quarter, though, as the Rams finished 11 out of 14, a very nice 78% from the free throw line here tonight on their home floor as the Rams win it on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, 60-42 over the visiting North Harrison Cougars. We'll head to another break here as we continue along with our OC Eats postgame show, and we'll have the individual scoring coming up on the other side of the break as you're listening to Rams basketball right here on Mix 95.3.
In need of a financial checkup? Consider Whitfield Investments for comprehensive investment advice and wealth management services. As a passionate Paoli native, Wes Whitfield places the needs of his clients first as he works to grow a stronger, financially savvy community of investors, families, and individuals. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how Wes can help you stay on track with your goals, both now and in the future.
Cave Quarries Incorporated and Calcar Quarries, dealers of agricultural lime, crushed stone, sand, hot and mixed asphalt materials, and asphalt paving, invite you to visit one of their 2 locations. Cave Quarries, located 3 miles west of Paoli on State Road 56, and Calcar Quarries, located 2 miles east of Paoli on Highway 150. Phone 936-4923 for Cave Quarries Incorporated and 723-2109 for Calcar Quarries. Services you can count on. Quality guaranteed. Are you ready to see the world with clarity and style? Look no further than InFocus Eye Care on West Hospital Road in Paoli. At InFocus Eye Care, they offer comprehensive eye exams, a wide selection of fashionable eyewear, and the latest in contact lens technology. Their expert team is dedicated to providing personalized eye care for the entire family. Call 812-723-4752 and schedule your appointment. Now, open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. InFocus Eye Care, where your vision is their focus.
Team OC, our pregame show, our good friends at OC Eats, our postgame sponsors. We continue with the OC Eats postgame show here tonight from Chambers Gymnasium. David talked about that shooting for both teams. Now he's going to tell us about balanced scoring really for both teams in this ball game tonight.
And that's something North Harrison's been more known for throughout the year, is having a variety of different guys who can get into the scoring column. But for Coach Cole, as I mentioned before, got to be encouraged by seeing multiple guys get involved in the scoring, and that's certainly something that will serve the Rams well the rest of this week and going into the postseason as sectional play begins next Tuesday night here at Chambers Gymnasium. Let's take a look at the scoring for North Harrison. As per the usual arrangement, the only double-digit scorer coming in was Logan Hune on average. Well, that's what happened tonight again. Logan finished with 10 points. He had 5 in each half, made a 3 there in the third quarter, got another basket on a breakaway for 2 in the fourth, as Hune finishes with 10 tonight. David Langdon had a pretty good night, actually made a couple of threes. He's not known as a three-point shooter, but he can certainly step out and knock them down. Langdon had 4 in the second half, made 1 free throw on 2 attempts in the third with that tray in the fourth quarter. So David, the lone senior for the Cougars, had 9 points tonight. Dawson Sen scored 5. He got a 3-point play that he converted in the third quarter to get into that 5-point mark. Caden Hain with a driving layup there in the third quarter for 2 after getting 1 in the first quarter. He finished with 4 tonight. Taden Rader coming back after missing a couple of games due to illness. He got a couple of baskets in the first half for 2 apiece. Rader finishes with 4 tonight. Bryce Fussell buried a 3, a rare one in the second quarter. He finishes with 3 points tonight. And Talon Lewis rounds out the scoring as he got a basket there in the third quarter for 2 points. A variety of guys played. Also, Rylan Shank with 2 points tonight. Make sure we get him in there as well. He got that basket there in the fourth quarter. And Christian Luther with a 3-point shot that he made there in the fourth quarter coming in late. He missed a free throw as he had a 4-point play opportunity. Luther with 3 points. Corey Burson, Jake Ruoff, Garrett Tucker, all playing tonight. None of them scored as the Rams tonight, 3 in double figures. Fletcher Cole had 15, 7 in the first half, 8 in the second half, all 2s in that second half for Fletcher. Dane Padgett and Chad Sullivan each scoring 10 tonight. Padgett had 4 in the first, 6 in the second half. Sullivan the opposite way, 6 in the first half, 4 in the second half, as Padgett and Sullivan each scored 10. Traylon Minton had 6. He got a couple of free throws there in the third quarter. Dakota Apple finishes with 6. He got a basket for 2 in the third quarter. Cooper Spires and Kirkland Hughes each get 4 points tonight, as Spires had all of his in the first half. Hughes got 2 in the second and 2 in the third. Justin Thornton converted a three-point play in the fourth quarter to finish with 3. Jackson Reynolds with a basket there in the fourth as well to finish with 2 points. Ian Sullivan, Hayden Bostock, Cade Walls, and Lyden Poe all got in there and saw some action. None of them scored for the Rams tonight, but at least they got some time out there before tomorrow night's game with Mitchell.
We'll continue with the OC Eats postgame show and talk with head coach Dusty Cole. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Discover the convenience of Hoosier Hardware, now offering a comprehensive selection of ammunition for all your shooting needs. Located on 1st Street, 1 block from the square, we are your one-stop shop for plumbing, electrical, painting, mobile home parts, water heaters, and general hardware supplies. In addition to our extensive inventory, we fill propane tanks, providing you with a cost-effective solution. Visit us today or call 812-723-2708 to see why Hoosier Hardware stands out for quality and service in the community.
You can make a difference in the life of abused and neglected children in Orange County. I'm Orange County Circuit Court Judge Steve Owen, and we have a court-appointed special advocate program, or CASA, right here in Orange County, and we need your help. There's no special skills required, and we can train you on the skills that are needed. All you have to do is just call Robin Brown today and tell her that you want to help us help these children feel safe and loved here in Orange County. That's Orange County CASA at 812-653-4889.
Rams victorious over North Harrison tonight, 60-42 to start first of 3 this week. And, Coach, it was a game against the Cougars. It came in pretty pesky and got up in you a little bit. It was one of those games where, you had the lead, but you really never felt comfortable in this ball game.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I thought they played really hard. He's doing a good job with them over there. To be just pretty late in the year, only have the 6 wins. That kind of tells you a lot about, what they're doing and, how they're doing things, because I thought they played extremely hard. I just thought they played well, too. Just a scrappy team. You could tell they got some strength. Mm-hmm. There's some strong kids out there. A couple of the kids were just a little quicker than you think they are. But overall, that's a pretty good team.
That it was. Okay, and, Coach, it's one of these games we never got that big run there until the fourth quarter. I think we had a 9-0. But throughout the game, there's a little 4-0 run, a little 6-0 run, and put those together and add them up, and that's what got you your lead.
And, that's how some of these games are going to go. Every now and then you'll get that long run, that big run, but there's going to be a lot more games with these small runs like you're talking about. And then hopefully we can make a few there, at the end of that second, into that fourth, kind of like we did here. This was another game where I thought we looked pretty strong in the fourth quarter, and we were finally able to make that run. But, there's a couple of reasons for that. For one, we can get them out of the defenses they're playing and kind of spray people out a little bit. But for 2, I think we just kind of wear people down as well. So that makes a big difference. But, overall, I thought we did a great job on the glass.
Oh, yes.
That was going to be a key. We got 12 or 13 offensive rebounds. We out-rebounded them, I think, something like 2-1 or something like 30-15 or something like that. So really good job on the glass. And then, we was able to turn them over 20 times as well.
We had a few more turnovers than normal tonight.
We did. That was kind of just a not like us. But, we've had a couple the last couple games. Sometimes it can be difficult to play with a guy that's playing between you as opposed to all the way up on you. Mm-hmm. And I think we turned it over a couple of times just being just too indecisive a little bit. You have to attack that guy a little bit, and you have to make those guys play you. So that kind of caused some problems for us a little bit. And then a couple of times just a little too careless. They had 2 or 3 tips from behind that got us. And then you add in, I think we had 3 charges, and you add those in as well, and those are turnovers, and then a stat book too. Before you know it, you get too many.
Yeah, that was a game too. Coach, give North Harrison credit; they attacked you on your press. They looked to score,
and we saw that a little bit, and I think early in the game, especially, we were kind of playing like we were playing the last 2 teams we played. Mm-hmm. That really didn't attack you from the back. Especially the Eastern Green game, and as we adjusted that game, those back guys just kept coming up further and further for us on defense, and we started getting a lot of steals back there. Well, this team was a little different. We started creeping up, and every time we did, they beat us over the top, got a layup, got a 2-on-1. So they attack a lot different, and we got to kind of know that and do a little better job early on. That way, I think we gave up at least 3 layups in the first half on the back end of the pressure, maybe 4. But we adjusted and didn't give those up in the second half. They hit some threes on us. They made a couple shots, but they didn't get the run outs. And that's what we don't want to happen. If we're going to press people, we can't give up the easy baskets on the back end. So we just kind of got stuck doing what we had done the the last two games, but there's certain teams you can't do that against because, like you said, they just kind of put their head down and they just kind of pack that pressure. And every team kind of plays it a little different. Some of them just kind of go slow, try to pass around and try to pass through and get a guy in the middle. Some teams just put their head down and go. Sometimes those are hard to play against, but that also caused them to turn the ball over a little bit as well. But the main thing was just taking away those layups on the back end.
Good job by the Rams at the free throw line as well tonight.
Did a really good job. We had a lot of different guys step up there. Dane hit his too. I thought Dane had a really good game. He did a nice job. They were really playing the high-low out of that box of one they played, and what you had to do, you just had to attack from the middle because when you faced up, you were just looking at the basket. And he started to do that a little bit, and he got to the rim. I think he ended up going 4 for 4 from the floor, 2 for 2 from the line, so he didn't miss a shot tonight. So I thought he gave some good minutes. Jackson did a really good job in the fourth quarter. He was actually a big reason that we were able to stretch that out. Kid comes in, only plays about 5 minutes there in the fourth quarter, and has about 4 rebounds, gets a basket, takes a charge for us. I thought he gave us some really good minutes there late, and then Traylon stepped up there and hit a couple free throws. But we did a nice job at the line by a lot of different guys, and, that's how you close games out.
Well, it was good to see Kirkland look pretty good, I thought, tonight.
Yeah, he didn't look too bad. We were kind of surprised. We didn't know what we wanted to do for sure, if we wanted to wait. But after watching him in the warm-ups, of course, we got to see him in practice. Thought he looked pretty good. But, we got to see him in the warm-ups. He looked great. And he said he felt good, so we thought, maybe a few minutes. Because I think we're going to need him probably here tomorrow night. For a big game for us.
Yes.
A big conference game with a lot on the line here at home, and that's a big game. So we just want to get his feet wet a little bit, and I thought he looked pretty good.
That he did. Well, Coach, you took care of business like you need to, the first of 3. It's a win. Now you got to set your sights on a very good Mitchell team coming to town tomorrow night.
Really good team, and they're playing some good basketball. If you look at their schedule, the teams that they've been beat to are really good teams for the most part. Brownstown and Linton. Edgewood beat them by 2. They actually had them beat. They had a last-second shot with 3 seconds to go and ended up getting beat. But they played well in that game. But this is a dangerous team. They got a 6'7" kid in the middle that a lot of teams don't have. They got a real good scorer in the Moses kid. The Robinson kid, he attacks you. He's probably their leading scorer actually. So they're a good basketball team. They have all those guys back. They all played last year as well, so they got varsity experience. They're all juniors and seniors, which makes a big difference. That was kind of this team here tonight. They only had the one senior. They're going to be a good team next year. But this is a team coming in tomorrow night. They've got a lot of seniors. So this is kind of, their best year they're expected to have for a while, I think. And they're trying to make hay a little bit, and they have a great opportunity, to come in here against a ranked team on their home floor and a sectional opponent and kind of make a statement. So we got to keep that from just happening, I think.
All right, Coach, thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you tomorrow night.
Sounds great.
All right. And Coach Dusty Cole of the Paoli Rams, they win it here tonight, 60-42 your final. We'll come back to wrap up the OC Eats postgame show. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Invest where it matters most, in the people and the potential of Orange County. Over the last decade, through the power of giving, the Orange County Community Foundation has helped thousands achieve their dreams, distributing numerous dollars in scholarships and grants from endowed funds. And we're just getting started. Scholarship applications will open soon, giving Orange County students the chance to unlock new opportunities, realize their full potential, and leave their mark on the world. Plus, be on the lookout for details on our unrestricted grants program, empowering local nonprofits to continue their philanthropic work and address the most pressing needs in our community. In 2024 alone, this grant cycle poured over $85,000 into our community, supporting many programs. Looking to make a lasting difference? Start a fund with us today and create a legacy that grows year after year. Call us at 812-723-4150 because your generosity shapes tomorrow. Together, we're building a better community. One scholarship, one grant, one legacy at a time.
Craving your favorite meal, but don't want to leave the house? OC Eats has got you covered. We deliver from the best restaurants in West Baden, French Lick, and Paoli every day from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Whether you're in the mood for burgers, pizza, Chinese, Japanese, ice cream, or something else, we've got you covered. Just visit getoceats.com. That's GETOCEATS.com or call 812-653-7431 and we'll place the order for you. OC Eats, delivering happiness right to your door. We'll see you soon.
As we wrap up the OC Eats post-game show, OC Eats delivering happiness right to your door. We'll see you soon. The Cougars with the loss tonight fall to 6-14. They have one more game on their schedule That'll be a Friday night game on the road against Christian Academy. But as we talked about in the pregame, David, two good tests for the Cougars getting ready for postseason play next week.
Right. Two teams ranked in the top 15 in their respective classes, and obviously you knew it was going to be tough for the Cougars tonight. A physical, tough Paoli team here on their home floor, but the Cougars, I thought, handled themselves well. Just the rebounding went sideways for them, especially on the offensive glass for Paoli, and all due credit to Paoli's guys for getting after those rebounds and getting those second-chance opportunities. But Christian Academy Friday will be a different challenge, a more perimeter-oriented team, a team that is more of a jump-shooting team than Paoli is, too. So it'll be a different test. It'll be senior night. That place down there will get rocking. They like to create a good atmosphere down there and do a great job at Christian Academy. So Cougars will certainly be tested there to close it out, but it'll be good preparation for next Tuesday as they start the sectional down at the Charlestown Sports Arena, taking on the host Pirates, another team that's got a lot of athletes and shooters out there. So it'll be a good test for the Cougars, and now that they've got their whole rotation back with Tate and Rader returning tonight, should help them get ready for what's coming up here in the postseason.
Rams now 19-2 on the season, go for win number 20 tomorrow night, returning here to Chambers Gymnasium for a remake and a makeup game due to weather earlier this. A couple of times it's been tried to get on. So hopefully the third time will be a charm tomorrow night, and it should, as the Mitchell Blue Jackets come in, and the Jackets have played well this season.
Not a very deep team. Clint Rossler, year one head coach. He came from Duggar Union, but he's really done a good job establishing a system. They really play 6 or 7 guys, very guard-oriented team, although they have a 6'8 center in Nate Robertson, who's played well. Gavin Robinson, who's a 5'11 forward, kind of in the image of Bryce Fessel, although he's a little bit better scorer than Bryce. But they've got a really nice backcourt, too, with 2 really good guards in the backcourt who can handle and shoot the basketball at a high level. So the Rams will certainly have their hands full. Conference is still within reach for the Rams. Win both of these, you win it outright. Mitchell's going to be a great test to see not only where the Rams are as far as conference goes, but going into the sectional as well, because Mitchell has had a great season. This is the best team they've had in a long time. So they'll come in here. They won't be daunted by the task, and expect the Jackets to come in and compete hard tomorrow night.
Should be a great game in conference play here at Chambers Gymnasium. Thank David for joining us tonight. David will be busy yet this week as well. Your next game coming up Thursday.
That's right. We're going to be just a few miles down the road from here, down at the Hawks Nest, and can't wait to see Corydon Central take on Springs Valley. Obviously, Coach Bowles' team has been through a tough season, but they always play hard at home, and always a tough out. It'll be the first time in 40 years the Panthers and the Blackhawks have seen each other, and some guy named Larry Bird once set his career high against Corydon back in 1974, so they'll renew that series. And then Friday night, we'll head up to Brownstown. We'll see the Orleans Bulldogs. Coach Bradley's team going to take on the Braves to close out the regular season, so looking forward to 2 good matchups here to close out the week.
Yes, we will. David, thanks for joining us. Always fun working with you. Appreciate it very much joining us here tonight, because David does a lot of the North Harrison games, able to give us a good perspective on this Cougar ball club here tonight in their matchup with the Rams. But Paoli finally, slowly, steadily pulled away as this game progressed and ends up winning it 60-42. Again, want to thank all of our great sponsors for allowing us to bring you high school basketball not only tonight but throughout the entire season. A big thank you to our engineer-producer back at the studio tonight. That's been Melissa Wall. And most of all, thanks to you for listening. Again, our next game coming up tomorrow night here from D.E. Swede Chambers Gymnasium, as Paoli will be hosting Mitchell in a big PLAC showdown. JV at 6, varsity at 7:30. We'll be on the air with our pregame around 7:15. As always, thanks for tuning in as you've been listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
High School Sports is brought to you all season long by Bender Lumber, Cave and Cal Car Quarries, Dillman Scott Funeral Home, Hoosier Hardware, Hoosier Hills Credit Union, In Focus Eye Care, KFC of Paoli, Orange County REMC, Orange County Fiber, Orange County CASA, Orange County Community Foundation, Paoli Health and Living Community, Riley Oil Company, Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, Summers Seamless Gutters, Springs Valley Bank and Trust, Team OC Youth Mentoring, Orange County Eats, The Superburger and Whitfield Investments.
Our coverage of high school sports is being sponsored by Kirby Hardware, Orange County Concrete, Orange County